So I was like, whatever. I don't really care, man. I'm focusing on this a lot more than. Sorry, yeah, no, I'm focusing on this a lot more than anything else. Like, I don't mind what do you call it, having to wait a little bit longer for us to get somewhere. But I see a lot of stuff with us. I feel like I'm just kind of stuck in my own head. I don't know why. I feel like I'm not moving like I wanted to. Not moving. I'm just kind of like, I don't know. It's just I have so many options to pick from, and I feel like I haven't really picked a whole lot of things. And also, just like I said, like I feel like we're going somewhere, and then the snow, it kind of gave me like this hangover. Actually, like we're talking about a hangover. Like,
hey,
you know what I mean? Like it's what it kind of.
I think we should start right there.
Let's do it. Let's let me get this set up, but we'll go.
Yeah.
We'll go from there. Hold on, one more. I got one more to do. But man, let's see. All right, let's go here. What last one? There we go.
We have a lot of repeat offenders this week.
Oh, dude, we totally do. And then
especially in old school. Like,
they go back and forth.
And there's one that I think you may think is a repeat offender, but it's not, because I had to look it up.
I think I know what you're gonna say. Is it Bill Walsh?
No.
He's in it. He's a double offender in this very episode, in the same episode.
Bill Walsh.
He's the guy that he's in Old School. He's the guy that goes, I golf on Sundays, and he goes.
Matt Walsh.
Matt Walsh. Sorry, yeah, Matt Walsh. Bill Walsh is, I guess that's the ensemble.
And then Artie Lang, yeah.
So Artie Lang, he came out in what do you call it? Old School, right? He didn't come out in the Hangover.
No, he wasn't in the Hangover. Yeah, Matt Walsh was in Old School, Hangover. What else was he in?
For what we've done?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. He's. I'm saying I know he's. I think.
He was just a repeat offender like
today
in these two.
Yeah, in these two episodes.
Todd Phillips was too.
Yeah, he was. In this one, yeah, because he plays that curly hair. Oh, you know what? We're started. All right, everybody. How are we doing this evening? Is everybody doing better? I hope so, because we're doing all right.
Hello. I was thinking the other day, man. You know how whenever on our first episode, you had me as Benjamin? Mm-hmm. We should have just rolled with it and called me Ben Hameen. I was thinking about that the other day. And I'm Ben Hameen Garrett. You know that?
Dude, I like the fact that you have the word Jam in your name. Jam.
Ben Jammin'.
Ben Jams, my boy. What's he do? He jams. I kind of like the setting. I like the lighting now in here. I feel like I'm not so lit or so dark. I'm like right.
You look like you got a nice Batman. Look, it looks like the Bat Cave in there.
Where are you talking? Wait, I was gonna say, where is
what
she?
What are you talking about? Get over here.
What did you say? What did you... get over here. Hey,
did you see the trailer?
That's awesome.
It does. So let's hope it stays that way.
And as lame as I am, I know everyone's expecting me to say this because there's no Johnny Cage. So I was like, all right, well, I'll let it slide. He'll come in the other one, but
there's some new person. Maybe he'll be the Johnny Cage-esque.
Dude, the
maybe
Goro.
he'll change his. Oh yeah, it looks
Goro
legit.
Looks sick, dude.
Yeah.
The way Jax gets his arms. Oh wait, spoilers. I mean, it's in the trailer, but
like Sub-Zero with his moves. Holy shit! Whenever he was fighting Scorpion in that one scene and takes his blood, turns it into a sword, and
never thought about that, dude. I never thought about that. He could do that
so bad. Yeah.
So would you pick so what's your power? What'd you pick? Like what's your
out of Mortal Kombat or just out of anything?
Out of Mortal Kombat, who would you relate to?
Oh.
And then what would you want your special power to be?
I kind of like Raiden. I think that would probably be who I would go with. Yeah. But my special power would after seeing the new Mortal Kombat trailer, Sub-Zero all day.
Yeah, dude, he can do so much because even just with even in the 1995 movie, like he does that like ball that we've never seen him do before. I never thought that 360 globe, like that's a thing he can do. Like I'm like, oh yeah, he can do whatever he wants with ice, with moisture in the air, I always thought Sub-Zero was like he was pretty badass, and then he's a ninja, and then now he has a sword, and he's able to do like crazy shit with his with his powers.
He's like a 3D printer with ice.
Yes,
You know?
exactly. I think man, the way Jax looks badass, and then they got Kano. I think they needed like a slapstick character because I think they did that with Johnny Cage in the video games or Mortal Kombat X, in 11. So I think with Kano now he's like the goofy like lovable guy.
Yeah,
But
Kano
he goes back
looks
and
all right.
forth.
Honestly, I looked at a picture of like the 95 and this one side by side. Not gonna lie, 95 doesn't look terrible. I mean, it looks like it's from 95, but this one looks like I would like to see the plate. I would like to see that. And in the new version, it's just like, oh, that's just his eye. It's just like you can tell it's fucked up. But
hey, my tío, sorry, ¿qué tío? My love fucked up.
Sorry, damn, my eyes are all fucked up.
Yeah. So, dude, no, that looks awesome. I'm definitely waiting to looking forward to the day where I have the arcade version of Mortal Kombat 2 in my garage, so I can bully people for quarters. Shangri-La, bar on the east side, they had Mortal Kombat 2 there, and I used to battle dudes for like for drinks. And there was dude, I was pretty good. I mean, I still got it. And there's one guy, God, he whooped my ass, and I ended up getting both of us drunk because I was just like, man, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna get another drink, and here's your drink and here's mine. Let's do it. I mean, I was getting to the wire. Like we were all the battles. Like I beat him like twice, and he beat me like 7 times. So it was like 10 drinks that we had, dude. But like I was like, dude, this was fun. You just get lost in the game. So I want to repeat that feeling. So I'm definitely gonna have it in my garage, and whoever wants to play a battle, we're gonna go at it.
I want a pinball machine. That's all I'm looking for.
Dude, something that my dad is like really good at, pinball. Like I'm like amazed like how good he is at pinball.
I'm not that good, but I love playing. It's the most bang for your buck. There's this arcade we go to around here, and like we went, and the only thing that worked every time was the pinball machine. Like we played like 6 games, and none of them worked. Like we played a deer hunter game, and my gun didn't work. And like we played this other game, we didn't understand what we were supposed to do, so we just wasted our. They weren't even tokens; it was like a little swiper card. And then the ones that you throw the balls at the clown.
Oh, I love that one. I love hitting that. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, I wasn't hitting it that great, so I was just pissed off at that one. But it worked. I'll give it that. But yeah, man. It's it's been a crazy week. WandaVision was pretty cool. They had what do you think? I'd heard that theory that she was gonna be like that's what she was gonna come out as.
Yeah. I mean I was waiting for it. I expected that coming. I knew that was spoilers, everybody.
Spoilers.
I saw that come in, and I'll say the payoff needs to come already. I need that.
I still think Mephisto is something. He's somewhere in there. Maybe that's Ralph. That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
You know?
Yeah. I mean,
because you still haven't seen Ralph this entire time.
I've been talking about him, and he is probably gonna show up at the very end. Yeah. What I'm saying is like with the way they're pacing it, it's been a slow burn. I need to start paying.
This is supposed to be a miniseries now. It says that on IMDb that it's a miniseries and not like a regular. Well, I guess you could have multiple seasons of a miniseries, but.
So what's the difference between a miniseries and a regular series?
It's not supposed to have multiple seasons.
A miniseries?
Yeah. Normally it typically just runs for this amount of episodes, you know? But there was like, what was it that like the book of North and South, and it was like a miniseries, and they did this, you know? And they did book number 2 and book number 3 and all this other stuff. So I mean, you can do stuff like that. So this could be like WandaVision 2.0.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the way they're layering it is coming out really nice. I like the way that the story is coming in. It's not as silly as I thought it was going to be. It's a lot more. You know what? I like the transitions of the way they did the sitcoms. The way they keep coming at them, they were getting them down, man.
They got Modern Family. I mean, that's really the last sitcom esque. I mean, you have the Goldbergs, which is like 80, reflecting on the 80s and stuff like that.
Yeah, but
But
yeah, you're right. There's no now we're doing like the reality TV show now. So
yeah, exactly.
now we're doing more of that.
And somebody said that there was like an Office theme or something. I was like, yeah, I do kind of remember that, but I couldn't place
Yeah,
where it was.
it was the very beginning of the episode.
Was
It
it?
kind of
Okay.
just like they did that at the office opening, kind of like Scranton.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Um, no, I mean, I agree, dude. It's a solid series. It's it's picking up speed slowly, very slowly, and I think let's see what we have. This was episode 7, right? So we have 2 more episodes
yeah.
this week and next week. I think these next 2 episodes are going to be jam packed.
Yeah, like
If
I want action. Like I'm waiting for the action. I'm waiting for, one of my buddies was chatting on Facebook, or he was posting on Facebook saying that he's like, so none of the Avengers know about this that's going on right now. Like no other Avengers gonna come and help out. So
Yeah,
I'm waiting. I did like the way they did bring the brother in,
yeah.
Petro. I like the way they did the crossover. So you see the MCU version of the Quicksilver, but
Well, I mean, this is also what right after Tony Stark died. They, you know where this is as far as Avengers Endgame goes, but whenever you see Captain and Winter Soldier and the Falcon and all that, you don't know. You can assume how long it's been since Tony's funeral and everything like that, but you don't know. So, I mean, there's ways. I'm sure they're going to explain it away some way, shape, or form. Because that's like it's not a real big plot hole, but it is kind of like one of those, huh? How don't you hear about that? Like what was it? The elementals in the uh, Spider-Man movie. You figure that would be something that a lot of the Avengers like, oh, they're screwing up this much. Like, yeah, that seems like that's an Avengers type kind of thing, even though it was all drone. Spoilers. Um,
yeah.
have you seen it?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
I just
got a
think
little worried there.
no, I've seen it. I just kind of lost me at the end.
What's that?
The ending of Far Away.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of lost me a little bit. Not to say I didn't like it. I was just kind of like, oh, okay. And then they did the reveal, so then I was like, all right, well then where are you going with this?
So I think he's in the wrong universe or something of that sort.
Tom Holland's.
Yeah.
Spider. Yeah, it's kind of. I think that's what it is. I think it's kind of.
He's far from home. Oh.
Far from home.
It's not that he's just far from Europe, but that's why I think you had Pietro come in as Quicksilver, because the whole multiverse thing. I think you can get them switched up, mixed around, stuff like that.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. I like that. Well, we were talking about arcade games earlier, and then I was actually going to bring up Dave & Buster's. I remember I would take that a little too serious. I go on dates there, and I would I'd get the little basketball hoop. Like girls can just pick it up and shoot real easy, and it falls right in. You can't actually get it and then do a shot. It takes too long, and it doesn't fall. It's like a weird. So I used to get mad and be like, "How the hell you make it 120 and I only made 4? How the hell did this happen?" Like it was just like
you're just too good, CJ.
No, they'd be beating me, man. I'd be losing. Like,
you're too good at real basketball to be good at bad basketball.
So I was like, all right. So I remember like just going to Dave & Buster's and playing games. But I always played arcade games: Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct, Street Fighter. Mortal Kombat 2, Street Fighter. When they got Tekken. Sorry, I love Tekken. You ever play Tekken? I freaking love Tekken.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Tekken that I used to play on N64. Yeah, that was a great game.
Dude, I love Tekken. I played all those games, and I guess that's where I got started with loving Las Vegas. Because do you want to start with The Hangover? Or do you want to start with old school? Which one do you want to do? Do you want to do old school?
I was kind of good. Yeah, I was kind of thinking we could do old school first, since chronologically that is the first movie.
Yes, let's do it. So we already we've already started. Everybody, thank you for hanging in there. Today's episode, we decided to take on director of Todd Phillips.
Phillips.
We're doing his 2003 movie Old School. It says Old School 2003, rated R, 128 minutes, comedy. released February 21st, 2003. My senior year in high school. You heard? And
Funny enough, dude, The Hangover was during my senior year of high school.
Awesome. Thanks, Todd. Three friends attempt to recapture their glory days by opening up a fraternity near their alma mater. Director Todd Phillips, writers Court Carndole, Todd Phillips, and then stars Luke Wilson. Another very Vince Vaughn, another person here that repeat offends like crazy. We love him here on the show. Thank you for coming on, Vince, again. And Will Ferrell.
Yeah. Wait, Will Ferrell. What
Old School?
movie did we? Yeah, did we have him before? Is he a repeat offender?
No, not yet. This is the first Will Ferrell we've done. First Luke Wilson, first Will Ferrell, and probably our fifth Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, probably. Vince Vaughn was an obvious. So, like I said, what we like to do on here is if we have somebody that is what we call a repeat offender, somebody who is on multiple movies that we have reviewed, we like to bring them up. And Old School, I'm telling you, man, is just chock full of them. And even right out of the bat, you have Juliette Lewis?
Yeah, dude, we got her
from Dusk Till Dawn.
Dusk Till Dawn, dude. That's our, and then just the way that starts off, man, this whole movie. By the way, I have a whole different view of these movies now.
Dude, yes. Well, so one funny thing that I thought was like, they mentioned Vince Vaughn mentioned beepers because he has Speaker City, right? And that's just like a normal thing in that context. But whenever you have The Hangover 6 years later and he mentions a beeper, it's a joke because nobody's using beepers anymore.
Dude, that's cool. So our second movie we're doing to Todd Phillips is the 2009 movie The Hangover, rated R, 140 minutes, comedy, release June 5th, 2009. Three buddies wake up from a bachelor party in Las Vegas with no memory of the previous night and the bachelors missing. They make their way around the city in order to find their friend before this wedding. Directed by Todd Phillips, writers John Lucas and Scott Moore. Stars Zach Galifianakis, Bradley Cooper, and Ed Helms.
That's crazy. I know he's not top billed, Zach Galifianakis is, because he was pretty relatively unknown before this movie, but
I think all of them were. I think this movie, other than we'll get to this movie, but I think other than like let's take Old School because both of these movies I totally like. I was like, whoa, I'm different now, and I'm really gonna be able to sink my teeth into them. Julia Louis-Dreyfus from the beginning, man. We got a repeat offender, Vince Vaughn's in this one. Right. Let's see. I guess we could just talk about anybody, but I will be this Saturday. I will be gonna go to San Antonio to go to a comedy show that Jeremy Piven's doing. So, and he's in this movie. Dean Pritchard.
Yeah, dude. Dean Cheese.
Cheese. Like he recognized them right away. Mitch, what do you think about that? Let's start off with that. Mitch recognizes Dean Pritchard as Cheese like instantly. And I was like, oh crap! Like he caught him. Like he knows who he is. And then Vince Vaughn's character Beanie kind of like, oh yeah, it is. Like it's because he's also one thing I totally didn't catch when I've seen this movie a million times. I saw this movie in my senior year in high school right before I graduated. I went to go watch this movie, and it was just all laughs and giggles. I was trying to remember, and I was like, I think this is one of those that we quoted like for years on end, but definitely in my senior year. You know, you're my boy Blue. You know, that's
you're my boy Blue.
Yeah.
Bring your green hat. You know, like that one's always, we're going streaking.
Yeah, we're going streaking. Up into the quad, up into the gymnasium, to the quad.
Hey, you think KFC's still open?
Dude, but then like I saw that right in high school, so I couldn't really relate to it. But now, as an adult, I'm just like, oh yeah, KFC drunk. Oh, I could totally do that. Like it's like. Yeah, it's a drunk and your teens, a drunk in your 30s and your 40s is completely different, you know? Like
because you're just like trying to get home when you're in your teens. You're like you're not worried about anything else. But whenever you're older and you're like legal, you're like, all right, we can mess around a little bit, you know.
You know what the thing is with the with like because Beanie's on the couch when Dean Pritchard gets there and he just like walks in. Like he's kind of like
does he have a key to that house or something? Because he's like always there when Mitch isn't there.
Oh, but also Beanie.
Yeah,
yeah, I think so. Okay, so we'll get to that. But with Pritchard, I didn't even realize that there was a car on fire like right in the front of the house. I noticed that this time around, like when they're showing
Really?
the establishing shot of Mitch's house,
Yeah.
and it's like there's a car that's been on fire that it's extinguished, and I was like, oh shit, and I started thinking about it, I was like, dude, this is like a frat house, when I saw this movie, I hadn't gone to college yet. I mean, I'd
Yeah.
gone to visit my cousins or friends at the universities and stayed at the dorm rooms, but I hadn't really gone through it. And now looking back at it and seeing like what it was, I'm like, damn, this is pretty cool. Like these guys are getting away from, you're trying to escape, trying to go back to that youth that I really understand like what they're going for. And the thing that got me was I didn't realize, like, is this Beanie's master plan because he's a millionaire and he's an overachiever? I think
No, no.
I think that,
So
I
I
think this
kind
is
of,
all.
you
Oh,
think it is?
I think
All
it's
right.
all Beanies because everything is Beanie sets up. Because there's a time I used to watch this movie all
Yeah,
the
but he
time.
gets Luke. He gets Mitch into it because Mitch is the one who's like, all right, we got this, guys. All right, so go for it.
But it's
Yeah,
Beanie's plan. I think Beanie put all this because Mitch just got the house.
yeah.
And then Beanie comes in already. Oh, we'll do this. We'll put the sand here. We'll put the bar over here. And then Will Ferrell's moving in already. Right from the beginning. Like I didn't even realize like that. That to me, it's mind-boggling. He got married and he's already on his own. Like look at it. The whole song's playing. Here I am again on my. Because he's by himself. Like
Yeah.
he's about to be alone. There's a little foreshadowing there. And
Okay.
like, dude, it's that whole scene with him and his wife in the in the nest. I thought we were in the safe zone. Like I didn't even like. I already knew what he was gonna say, so my focus was on her and her reaction. And she goes so slow, just turning her head, like she's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe he's saying this! Like he's saying this right in front of me!" Like her reaction. Marissa, played by was that Perry Rivas? She does I think
Is she in Two and a Half Men? That's not Judith, is it?
no, but I think she's an Entourage though. She's let's see, she's an Entourage. Yes, she's in Child's Play 3. But I don't know if she's in Two and a Half Men. No, I don't think so. Let's find out
Nah,
real quick.
that'd be like a top build if she was Judith. She might have been in Two and a Half Men, just not
No, it's, yeah, Hawaii 5-0. She's
on
yeah,
Entourage. Yeah, you're right
Mrs.
there.
Mrs. Ari. I remember her from that. But is this way? When did Entourage start? 2004. So yeah, so she was in this, and then she got into Entourage. So cool.
Yeah.
She's like fights with Jeremy Piven, the already goal the whole damn the whole every episode. What's up?
Okay, so here's my thought on Beanie. All right, so I think he just really cares about Mitch. He really cares about Frank. I honestly, like, I think it just irritates him to see Mitch in such a shitty mood, and he's just like, you don't want to be with this woman. It's okay. It's kind of how like the movie ends. Like Frank should be with Heidi, and you know, Mitch should be with somebody else. And and Beanie knows it. He's like he knows these people. Like he has enough money. He can fuck with people's lives. He can get into their lives and know them. But he didn't cheat on his wife when he could have. He's like, no, I'm married. Like he's a genuine guy. I feel like he is, like
Okay,
he's that maid character
I will say
with
like
money.
when you're saying is like really nice and you're seeing the nice part of it, but I'm like, no, this is all him. But look at what he's saying at the altar. Like he's not happy. He's not happy having
No,
a.
no, he is, but
No, he's not. No, he's telling
he
Frank get away. Like he's not joking
yeah,
around.
he's telling Frank to get away.
No, no, he's not. He's not like he's not. What do you call it? Like he's not. He's being serious. Like he's not
Yeah.
joking. But he's like,
No,
look,
but
this
he
is the
has a
only
kid
time-
that he has to take care of.
Yeah, but he's like, he does. He tells you don't have to get married. Like he's telling him that. And then they talk when they first move into the house. Mitch is the one. I mean, Benny's the one who's doing all this stuff. And then when they do the party, oh no, right before the party. Oh, at the party with Snoop Dogg, he says, I have 6 speaker cities. I'm worth $2.5 million that the government knows.
Yeah,
So it means he's worth more. So that means is that he to me, like I'm thinking like he's a mastermind. It's his plan, like all that. And even when he doesn't go through with the cheating on the wife because he just feels like shit. But he gets like what he gets along with that girl. Like how is he? Like it's not like she just like they both have to kind of get there together. So it's
Okay.
I'm just saying like if I'm saying like I think it's Beanie's plan, But I think there's a point where, because you're right, and I think the plan is just his plan. But as soon as Frank gets in on it, and as soon as Mitch gets on it, like it turns into Fight Club. He turns into the Norm Macdonald. There's Norm Macdonald. No, it's a ¿Cómo se llama Norm Macdonald? What's his
Norton, Edward Norton.
Edward Norton. There you go. He's a narrator. Yeah, he turns into that kind of character. Because even when Matt Walsh, confrontates him, and he goes, "I heard you slept with so and so's daughter," and he's like, "Hey," he like tells him, like, and then he slaps him. Slaps him. Like, that's funny, man. Like, I think that's when he starts taking over. I mean, Frank is kind of like the whole part. It's funny. We would say that we're going to Home Depot, and then you make fun of, you're like, we're 19 and we're making fun of our friend that's 19 and he's already like has a girlfriend and they moved in together. And I'm like, damn, I didn't realize how fast some of that is that works. But for like a 19-year-old, 20-year-old, 21-year-old, like back in the day, I used to meet friends all the time moving in with like their girlfriends or my girlfriends moving in with their boyfriends, and I'm like, yo, like, isn't that kind of fast? But I don't know. I was single for a very long time, and I was just I was like, oh, this couch works for me. It's like, but the way they had the party, I mean, that was pretty cool. You got some. Mitch is so gullible and so naive that he's like, did you get some kind of college band? No, dude, I got something way bigger than that. I got Snoop Dogg. He's
like, yeah, I got some alt punk rock.
What was his name? The guy in the green, Snoop Dogg's entourage guy.
I looked it up earlier.
I forgot. He's a cool name. I can't remember it.
I thought I was looking it up. I was wondering if it was Nate Dogg, but it wasn't.
No, it's not Nate Dogg. R.I.P. Nate Dogg. One of my ex coworkers, her dad was Nate Dogg's weed dealer, and she had all these pictures of him when she was like little.
Warren G.
Is it Warren G?
Or no, Bishop Don Magic Wand.
Don Juan, there you go. Magic Wand.
It says Bishop Don Magic Wand as a self, but he was an Archbishop Don Magic Wand back then. So he has since then changed his name. We also have a repeat offender in both of these movies as the Dan Band. All right.
Yes. Oh, dude. They're on Cameo. You can get a cameo from the Dan Band.
Really? That would be fantastic.
I need you more than now.
I need you more than ever.
It's
every
funny.
time I sing that song, I can't not sing it like that.
My favorite part is every time he says it. When he said it, the very first time I saw it, they cut the Will Ferrell's face. Going, what? But you actually do that? Did you? Like the very first time you see that movie, you're like, what? Did he say that? Because you hear that, you've heard that song a million times.
Turn around every now and then, I get a little bit lonely.
The Dan
Band. Look in your eye.
But wait, so they're a repeat offender in these two movies, right?
Yeah, because he's at the wedding at the end of The Hangover.
Because Dan Band does come out in other movies.
Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah, there's a few movies that they come out in.
What else?
I don't know. They do. Like I know there's like I know it's something close to the old school. Let's just look it up real quick. The Dan Band. I mean this is from 2003 and it's still relevant, you know.
Oh yeah, that's their top build. Let's see here. Actor.
Let's see. Here you go. Two guys and a girl, The Wedding Planner, Starsky and Hutch, The Hangover. They're in The Hangover. Yeah, that's right, The Wedding. No, I thought they were in something else. Never mind. I just remember from those.
No. It's fine. Where's the self? Why isn't he? He must have been uncredited in The Hangover. Because I don't see him on the acting credits for it.
What's his name? Dan Finner.
Oh, is there?
I mean, I'm on the Wikipedia. The Dan.
Oh, okay. I clicked on Daryl Armenbuster. Oh,
here I accidentally clicked the wrong thing here, my friend.
My bad.
Oh, womp womp.
So Sean William Scott. He is a repeat offender,
dude.
Super Troopers too.
Super Troopers, yeah. Crackle and Bacon. He plays that's cool. We've have him as two cameos as he's done.
Yeah.
Dude, he plays like that zookeeper. Dude, awesome. He just took one to the jugular.
What?
You know, this is one thing I did notice about, like I said, watching it this round. We laughed the first time when you're watching with your friends, and Will Ferrell pushes that kid out the way with his hand.
Yeah, I
Crack
laughed
up.
this
And
time.
now as an adult, I was laughing, but at the same time, like, oh damn, that little kid got pushed. Like it's like,
Oh, dude, there must be something wrong with me because I laughed just as hard. I was
no,
just
no, I
like,
laughed hard, but I'm saying like now that I'm older, I'm like that little kid just got pushed. Like,
oh,
you know what I'm
dude.
saying? It's like it makes me laugh more, but I'm like,
So one thing that I thought, yeah, because I had a Total Eclipse of the Heart written down. Oh, dude, also at Frank's wedding, I had that Mitch and Beanie were like the devil and the angel on his shoulder.
yeah, yeah.
And then background. Oh, dude, at the wedding too, like Will Ferrell's picture, he just is sitting there like he has the stupidest look on his face, dude. I always used to think that was so damn funny. Let's see. Okay, so this one thing, this is what I wanted to mention. First off, you have the end of a relationship, all right, the start of a new marriage, and an old marriage. All right, you got those three kind of things. And then the hangover, you also kind of have that, like you have a new marriage, you have an old marriage, you have somebody who's about to get engaged.
Yeah,
You
you
know?
have a
And then you have Alan who has no hope. But
no, there's a reason why he's been keeping him off. Remember, he's
yeah, that's what I
that's
was
why I haven't
saying
settled
too.
down. That's why I haven't settled down. Oh,
But yeah, I thought that was an interesting aspect of both these movies. And
you know,
yeah,
I did want to talk about Todd Phillips because he's a director that, you know, what I think I got introduced to him with Road Trip.
yeah.
And dude, I love Road Trip because it also has Austin, Massachusetts, and Boston, Texas, or one of those.
Austin, Massachusetts.
And
Dude,
Boston,
and
Texas.
Tom Green at the peak of his
Tom Green
height.
is, but dude, wait for Tom Green to reinvent himself as Tom Green.
Yeah,
Like he's way ahead. I think he went to Stanford, I believe.
really.
Yeah, I think he went to Stanford. It's like it's just one of those things that you know, sharp minds, like they really don't have to go all the way. Just keep going. He's a genius. I mean, who would have thought that you would have sucked a cow's tit and it would have you know, made you $1 million. You know, like yeah, you know.
What would you do for $1 million?
Not a whole lot. It's just too much. That's too much. I don't know. I think like because you can't really tell a filmmaker that because I already have like ideas. I was like, I know what to do.
Right.
I know what I'd do with that. I mean, I know I wouldn't do that. I would do everything but that. You know, I'm seeing here a Road Trip. It's from 2000. It's written by Todd Phillips, Scott Armstrong, and directed by Todd Phillips. Four college buddies embark on a road trip to retrieve an illicit tape mistakenly mailed to a female friend. I'll say that movie is hands down quotable, funny. It's got the lovable characters. Hey, honey, you're boner. What do you want me to do? Cut it off? Like DJ Qual, you know, what do it? Yeah, check it out. I got sex with a girl. It's not cheating if it's your dog. You know what I mean? Like, sorry. Like that's what I mean with Road Trip. It's a funny movie, dude. I loved it. This one came out when I was a sophomore. That was funny, man. Like we used to like love watching Road Trip. I think I had this on VHS. Yeah, I had Road Trip on VHS and
Really?
watched it a lot. This would be something I haven't seen this one in years. I haven't seen Road Trip through all the way in a long time, but I've seen a lot of it recently. Like, you know, not too long ago, maybe like 6-7 years ago. We've been coming here for 20 years. So we've only been open for 7. And then that was a wait.
Is that Fred Ward?
Fred Ward, yeah,
Yeah.
dude, yeah. He'd be a repeat for us, wouldn't he? Haven't we already come across Fred Ward or not yet?
I don't think so.
Not yet. We'll get to you, Fred Ward.
No.
We're gonna find you. We're gonna get you.
DJ Qualls, man. I loved him in The New Guy.
The New Guy.
Oh, that was just a fantastic movie. Let's see here. I wanted to talk.
Dude. Yeah, but with Todd Phillips, I did like, you know, outside of like, let me just real quick go through his discography. When I'm looking at him and I'm like looking at his body of work, it's all, I mean, comedies, except the Joker and War Dogs. You know, at the end he starts to change it, but damn, I don't even want to admit this. Have you seen the Joker?
Yeah,
I have
I'm
not
watching
seen
it
it.
right now. That's what I have in the background because I don't have the other two.
Are you serious?
It's on HBO Max. Yeah.
Oh damn, I haven't seen it.
It's a fantastic movie.
I heard.
I think it won an Academy Award, and if it didn't, it was definitely nominated for one. But yeah, I mean, dude, it's a fantastic movie.
I mean, for Todd Phillips, that's what I'm saying. He does. I guess he's just a filmmaker at this point, huh? He just knows how to just.
Well, so I was kind of looking at his filmography earlier too before we got on, and he has a lot of like the first two movies that he has are documentaries, and they seem pretty intense. Like the first one he did, or maybe in the second one, it's called Hated, and it's about this like punk rocker, and he does a lot of heroin and all this other stuff, and he ends up dying during post production. So they go and film some more stuff, and yeah, dude, it was interesting just kind of reading it. Like I would want to watch that movie. I don't know how or where it's on, but let's see. Yeah, it's called Hated. G.G. Allen and the Murder Junkies.
I got it right here.
Yeah,
1993. And then he did 96. He did this one called Screwed. The story of Al Goldstein and Screw Magazine.
I think that was a producer. He didn't direct that one.
Ron Jeremy's in it.
Oh, it must be about the porn industry. Maybe.
And then yeah, because he goes 96.
And then Frat House was 98. Bittersweet Motel. These are the first three under his directorial credits are documentaries. Road Trip was his first actual movie.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at produce that. Here we go.
Yeah. Then School for Scoundrels. That was a fantastic movie.
I'd like to rewatch that one. Good. Yeah.
I haven't seen War Dogs, but it's on Netflix right now.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it either. Oh, dude, Untitled Hulk Hogan biopic. He's gonna do it.
I bet you. I mean, dude, he has 16 director credits, but each one is a great movie, a great comedy. You know, there's something in each one of these. I mean, he had a whole trilogy that wasn't even meant to be. The Hangover wasn't supposed to be as big as it was. It was a sleeper hit, dude.
Yeah,
it was. It came in low, and I don't think it was marketed as much, but word of mouth, dude. And 2009 too. I mean, that was the year I got on Facebook. So you have that kind of playing a role into it. They're probably like, oh, just went and saw Hangover. Oh, it was great, So this may have been one of those first kind of movies. I mean, I bet you on MySpace and everything that probably helped too. But
I mean, Bradley Cooper, Zach Galifianakis, Ed Helms, and was it Kim Jong? Their career just started to blossom right there. Bradley Cooper taking the lead, and then Ed Helms kind of still till now still doing a lot of stuff. Yeah. And then what do you call it? Zach Galifianakis playing Zach Galifianakis like 4 more times. Yeah. So like he got typecast as that Alan character,
and he was typecast before that even. Well, yeah. I guess not to that extent. He wasn't because I was thinking of Out Cold. He wasn't just he wasn't just walking around like he had a mental disability. He was actually somewhat coherent. Because I mean, Due Date and The Hangover, like all 4 of those movies. I mean, you're right. He's playing the exact same character.
Same guy, yeah. Same exact guy.
Not a lot of growth.
Nah, but with what's up?
Oh, but Bradley Cooper had a Wet Hot American Summer. I mean, that's where he really kind of got. I mean, that was what 8 years before,
and then
it was 2001.
2001, and then he did Wedding Crashers.
Yeah,
and he was in that one, and then he did a couple more stuff before he blossomed. But man, that dude came out firing.
Yeah, he really did. After this, man, you know who else brought up that you probably wouldn't even think? Mike Tyson. And you have Mike Tyson Mysteries now. After 2009, he really his
social
his
media.
credits,
He started getting
social
more.
media, his credits on IMDb started going before The Hangover. It was like, um, oh shit, it wasn't even like there was a couple TV shows, but there were no films or anything like that.
Yeah.
But after he got the exposure in The Hangover, it was like, oh, you bit off who's ear,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, but I think Mike Tyson's always gonna be relevant. That dude's like he's just from the '80s, and he
Yeah.
just anything he does is gonna get attention. So he was in there,
especially now with memes. I mean,
hey,
he's never going away.
and everything is like
That's methed up.
the messed up, yeah. Everything with the th.
Yeah.
Even the who was I gonna bring up from the cast of Old School? I have a story. There is a comedian that's in it, and he's just one of the fraternity brothers, one of the pledges. His name, he's a comedian, and damn it, man, he did something, and a stand-up. He's a stand-up comedian. He did something that really embedded in my head at a young age, and I don't know how young I was. I was probably 22 or something, 23, but I was watching his stand-up, and he goes, well, I guess I lost the crowd's attention, so let me just leave you with this. And he just starts singing his name, and he sings his name, and he goes, now you never forget me. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, I haven't forgotten him. His name's Eddie Pepitone.
Yeah.
Eddie Pepitone, Eddie Pepitone, I'm Eddie Pepitone. That's how he ends his act. And that damn song got stuck in my head. So when I was watching Old School, I go, oh shit, it's Eddie Pepitone. I just like that, dude. I remember seeing that. I was like, and so when I watched it right now, I was like, hey, there he is, Eddie Pepitone. There's a lot of people in here, and also what's his name, Simon Helberg. He goes on to be on the Big Bang Theory. Rick Gonzalez. He did a few movies like Coach Carter. He also did. He was in like a Lady Gaga video. He does. He's been in some other. What else has he been? I could just click his name. Let's see.
Bob Lazar. Is that the same Bob Lazar who was working out at Area 51? No, I don't think so. Anyway.
So yeah, Rick Gonzalez. I was saying, and then I forget Warren G is in the movie. There Bob Lazar. What's his name?
Patrick Crenshaw, Blue. All right, here's where it gets fun, buddy. All right, Jared Mixon, who played Weensy. All right, you remember, the pole vaulter?
Yeah,
what is it?
Pole vaulter.
Pole.
Vaulter.
P-O-L?
Pole.
All right, cool. Pole vaulter. So I thought he was from our very first side-by-side, The Nutty Professor.
Oh,
yeah.
That's not
Ernie
him?
Jr. No, it's his twin brother.
Close. There's two of them?
There's two of them. It's Jamal and Jared Mixon. And, dude, yeah, I know. It blew my mind. It blew my freaking mind. Because I was like, dude, I had just always had it in my head that this was who that was. And I was like, oh, that's Hercules,
But that's not wrong,
it's
though.
It's his twin brother.
So which one?
It's like if we said Jeremy or Jason London, we'd be wrong. Because Dazed and Confused is different from Mallrats.
I understand that. I understand
it's two
that.
different people.
But
that's crazy.
It is, right? I didn't even realize that until I saw them on some show where they came out together and I was right next to each other. And I was like, what the hell? And I go, why did they do a split screen on this simple show? And it wasn't. It was actually them. I was like, oh, shit. So, but I don't know which one. We'll say, okay, so Jared is from Old School, myself and Irene, the new guy. It was Jamal. Where's he? What is he?
He was in the Parkers. What I was talking about last week.
Huh?
He was in that TV show for probably about 6 episodes, somewhere in there. And then he was in Nutty Professor. Let's see here.
So you're a Jamal guy and I'm a Jared guy because I'm on Jared's page and you're on Jamal's page.
Let me see here. Yeah, so because I was like doing a little investigating. I was like, holy shit. Let's see here. Jared Mixon.
And this is what I do love about the movie Old School. Like we really don't even have to go in depth. We're just talking about the characters in this movie, but this movie is just like it's a hit. Like you have to watch it. It's a must watch. Like if somebody it's a must watch. It's a guy movie, but it's also like it's a I don't know, is it a guy movie? It's a comedy.
Old School?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
It's like because the girl the lube
yeah. Well, that dude, and it's just like it's kind of like what you said. It's like a bunch of people that are All right, so sorry. He was in Nutty Professor 1 and 2, Paul Blart Mall Cop. He was in a. They were both in a movie called The Cookout, where they were.
Same guy.
Well, no, they were twins. Then their names were Willie and Nelson. Um, so he was in Cousin Skeeter. Yeah, he was in like TV, and then why is he in a movie called Cracula Goes to Hollywood, and his name is Hercules?
Dude, hey, you gotta represent. He's older now.
Oh, he also played in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia when the gang turns black. That's a good one. No, for real, that's a fantastic episode. It's a musical. I love it.
I know. Oh god, of course, musical. You got me. You love musicals so much, it's rubbed off on me. So, what?
Sorry, you asked me a question and about the old school being a guy movie. Yes, both of these are, in my opinion, because these are both kind of like not guy fantasies, but like this is what this is what you talk about, just like, oh yeah, I joined a fraternity in college, and this is what we did, and this is what happened, and stuff like that. And then you have your bachelor party Vegas trips, and what he's kind of doing to both of these is just kind of like turning them on their heads and like getting different angles at it.
Yeah.
Instead of just doing like oh yeah, we got a bachelor party Vegas trip, oh, well, let's have a couple red herrings in there and let's have a twist at the end, and that's what I liked about The Hangover the first time you watch it. Like, oh, okay, here's Doug. Okay, here's Doug. And it just like keeps getting you. Like you don't really know what's going to happen next, but
hold that thought, because you was talking about The Hangover when we get to Hangover, because right now I totally forgot you were in a fraternity in college.
I was. Yeah.
So please tell us about that. I'm very interested about it. I wasn't a frat guy. I was the guy that had family members in frats, so I would go and hang. Wait, but did you pledge? I never pledged or any of that.
Yeah.
I didn't do any of that. I would party, and some of the frat guys would be like, "Who the hell is this guy?" And then after a while, they were like, "Well, he's resourceful. Let's keep him around. He doesn't want to join the frat."
Yeah, no. We did have a couple people like that. That kind of just hung around, never really joined up or anything like that. But yeah, so I went to a really small school, Division III. Yeah, because it's what Division I's the biggest, right? I think.
Yeah.
I think they're close to Division I now. But the Greek community was interesting, man. It wasn't like a whole lot of animosity between everybody. It was just like we were so small. It was just like, all right, everybody kind of gather together and we'll have a good time. But yeah, it was. I was a transfer student, and I remember one of the guys that was in my like transfer student group. He was like, "Hey, I think he asked like, where are you gonna go eat?" And I thought he was like, "Oh, are you gonna go Greek?" And I went on. Yeah, he asked me something, and I mistook it. I can't remember exactly which way it leaned, what exactly was said, but we got on the conversation of going into fraternities and everything like that. And it turns out our leader for our little kind of like orientation group, he was in a fraternity, and we ended up really liking him. We hung out, and we just kind of got interested. And there was a group of us from that orientation group that we all pledged the same fraternity. I mean, we just had a great time together, and we all were real close. Actually, his nickname was Blue. Oddly enough.
He's your boy.
Yeah, exactly, man. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I was really active the first 2 years. And then after that, it was just kind of like I would meet the new members, and there'd be a handful of them that would, I'd hang out with. But it wasn't exactly like old school, but there were some things. It was like, okay, that kind of rings true. Will Ferrell with his over exaggeration, like, hurry now. Like, I never had anybody just yelling at me like that. And that's
probably a bigger frat thing, because I've seen people do that.
Yeah, I mean, it was all real tame, dude. Like, there wasn't any kind of craziness going on. The softball teams, though, the intramural softball teams,
Dude.
that's where it really, like, any kind of hazing that was going on. Oh yeah, dude. It was nuts.
Dude, we did intramural softball. I loved it, dude. My first
Oh,
game, I did a with the cycle. I got my first one. I hit it like a triple, a double, then a home run, then a single. Oh, I had to stop for the single because I could have got the second, but I stopped so I can get the single.
yeah.
But I was the pitcher, and like nobody wanted to pitch, and I was like, I'll pitch, slow pitch softball. Then I realized that everybody didn't want to get hit by the ball because it's a quick move around, and also. I thought we had like some dudes that went to go play like either junior college baseball or community college baseball or some other like and then they went to Texas State and were like transferred in, and dude, those guys were trying to like kill the softball so hard and they couldn't get to it because they're just it's so slow, and for me I'm not used to it, so I was used to like see the balls all slow. I was like, oh, I just connect with it. But dude, you're right, dude.
Honestly, I don't even remember playing softball that much. We were in the what we called the drunk league, to where God. we would literally get hammered before we would go play, and then we would get hammered afterwards. And it was just and eventually it got shut down. They don't do that anymore because
y'all had the tradition going, and then
yeah. But there's a lot of things, dude. It's crazy. Like 2000, because I got there in 2010, right? And so that was like a year or so after I graduated. But the amount of stuff I was able to get away with was and then to see it kind of change to where newer people were coming in and they weren't having that same kind of experience. It was interesting. It was like we were at the tail end of an era, you know?
Yeah.
And that was kind of a cool feeling, just a little bit. But I feel like that's how everybody feels, you know, like the next year, oh, you can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
There were we have like a spirit week and everything like that, and you know, they have what are they? It's like yell competitions. That's what it is. Right? And so there, like the year before I got in, there was somebody that did, like, they ripped their pants off, and you know, they had like pants underneath. But then that next year, whenever we were doing it, it was like, you can't have detachable pants. Like, you can't rip your pants, you know. So like they were getting rules made after them, but they were still getting their shit done in school and everything like that. It was a good group of guys to be around. And honestly, man, like I could call any one of them up and be like, hey, what's going on? And I swear it would be just like talking to them again. I recently went to a wedding and talked to some guys I hadn't seen in, you know, 6 years probably. Yeah. And, you know, just started, you know, jacking around with them, and it was just fun. It was a good experience. I enjoyed it, met a lot of good people, learned a lot of lessons too. But yeah, I would not compare it to old school. Not, I mean, the drinking, yes, we did do quite a bit of partying, and it wasn't until later that I had my old advisor. He was like, yeah, we were going to talk to you at one point. Thought you might have had a problem. I was like, oh, Jesus, really? Like, I never thought I did, but
I guess,
you know,
I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm a drinker. I was a drinker, and you, like, the best thing I loved about the first semester at Texas State, when we stayed in the dorm room at the tower, my best like memories there were when we had the this is so silly, we had a 6-man NCAA dynasty football. We had we had a league going, and God, it was so intense, man. Play your game, don't forget to play your damn game, play your game. And sometimes, like, I would play, like, you get people to sneak in 3 games in a row, but then you have to wait like 2 days. But I'd do that, and it was just fun, dude. We're going at it, and like we messed up the conferences, but, you know, you just you're supposed to get like a cupcake team, a 1-star, and you had to build them up to a 6-star, and once you build them up to 6-star, you can only stay there for a couple of years. Dude, we got all the way to like 2075 or something, man. We just kept playing it, dude. It was so fun, and then when it ended, it just kind of ended, and I was like, man, that was kind of sad. But like I didn't even care about the school at that point. I was just going to hang out with my friends. But you know what it was though, that I thought that it was that just being there, like hanging out, and old school has like it has like that beautiful like a university feel.
Yeah.
That it has like a nice just feel to it. And I know when I'd walk the dorm rooms or walk around the university, the campuses, I was always like, man, this is nice. I mean, it's expensive. You're paying a lot of money for that, and it's no joke. But I think, I mean, what this movie also showed me was like, as you get older, you guys kind of still want to have a club, kind of want somewhere to hang out, and that guy says it, dude. The Matt Walsh character, he says every day it's the same thing. Like he wants out.
I go play golf on Sundays. I hate golf.
And that's that. I feel that was kind of also like a little bit lingering from the '90s kind of mentality of working. Because nowadays we're completely like what we're doing is the norm. Imagine if everything would have not changed and us doing a podcast like that. For us, people would be like, oh, they're just Zooming or they're Skyping or whatever they want to call it. They're telecommunicating. But now it's like, oh yeah, no, you have to. Everybody like has to do this. I keep seeing here, Rob Corddry was in this as Warren. I didn't even realize. I didn't even realize if I saw it right now. I was like, oh crap, he's in it.
His little poof of hair was bigger. That's why.
I was his unicorn is what I found out was called.
Dude, I like it. Just reminds me of a little pile of poop. But that's just me.
Oh, so Rob.
Little pile of poop right here.
In Hot Tub Time Machine when he gets the hair done, he's like, he looks like a lion.
Yeah, dude.
Like
that movie is fantastic. That's
another one. That one surprised me. Like these two movies, like that Hot Tub Time Machine. I just went because I was like, oh, it looks cool. And I want to say I love movies. I love the cinema. I pay for bad movies sometimes, and sometimes I don't know it's a bad movie. I don't know. Like some people are like, oh, I'm only gonna watch that movie at matinee. And I'm like, if it's the only time available, I like going to matinees, but I don't really know how I judge a movie to go watch it. I don't know if it's like a director or what. I don't know. But back then, I remember when I used to go all the time. I just like going for the experience. And then it was up for the movie and me to see if I walk out with a good feeling. There's only been a few movies that I walked out where I was like, what the hell? And then years later, I start reading because I don't read forums or anything or things. So it wasn't until like years later I found out like, okay, that was a crappy movie and people did walk out of it. Okay, I wasn't the only one.
Yeah. Like, have you walked out of movies before?
I can tell you one movie that I didn't walk out of, but everybody walked out of, and a movie that I did walk out of. But it wasn't like I walked out of it because it was that bad. I walked out of it because it was annoying. But Pitch Perfect, I walked out of that one, but only because I just like kind of like there's 15 more minutes left of the movie, and I could be somewhere else 15 minutes early, so I'm just gonna walk out. That's all. That's kind of where I was at. I with that one, I was kind of like, this is forcing me to kind of like, I don't want to be forced to like I want to enjoy this movie. I think Bridesmaid had come out first, I believe.
Yeah.
So I think I might have been expecting a little bit something like that, or vice versa. But like I was like expecting, but I remember Pitch Perfect. I was like, this is horrible. And then the movie that I went to, I was like, if back in the day, I was always, I mean, just like my schedule now is very free, and I would just kind of just make plans with people, and then they'd be like, oh, well, meet me at my work, but they got at 5:30, and it's like 2:00, and I'm like, well, I'll just watch a movie, so I go watch a movie, and in San Antonio, one time I was just cruising, and there's a Dollar Theater, and I went to go watch The Gamer. It's a Gerard Butler movie.
Yep, I remember it. Yeah.
Dude, I was watching this movie, and it was a $1 movie, and there was quite a few people in there, and it was like 2:00 in the afternoon, and dude, people were walking out pissed off, and one guy was like, "I can't believe I paid good money to watch this shit," and I was like, "That's $1." Like, okay, but I remember that one. It was only me and this one dude were left to watch it, but we're at the point we just looked at each other like, it's like 5 minutes left. But like that movie cleared out. I was like, what the hell?
I didn't think that was the worst movie ever made.
No, I didn't think it was. I mean, for $1, I guess they were just like, I'll go into something else, or I don't know. Could
you imagine? Like, I want my money back,
dude. I've had to do that a few times. If you break my concentration, at the AMC or the Cinemark, if I'm watching a movie and the lights just turn on, I'll go tell the manager like, yo, what's up? And they'll be like, here are all this free stuff. I was like, all right, cool. But I'm not trying to do. I like when I'm hooked onto a movie. Even though the last time I did that was for Bad Grandpa, that was a long time ago. But I was like, dude, my brother and I were watching it, and they turned the lights on for like the last half hour, and then we're leaving. My brother's. I was like, did you like the? He was like, no, I didn't like it. So I was like, the lights. Right? I go, yeah, lights kind of ruined it. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go tell because I bought it and it was like $30, $35.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I need to say something. It was like the 10 o'clock showing, but I never understood why there's a matinee price and they should have like a later movie should be cheaper.
Well, no,
You don't think so?
it's because they have to staff for all day, man. You can't just have part-timers working at the movie theater. You need long-term employees, right?
No, dude. So what if you had like oh, sorry, I'm cutting you off.
Well, no, you're good. But the thing is, like, if you're open from say 11 in the morning until 2 at night, because if you have an 11 o'clock showing and you have a 3-hour movie, you're gonna have staff there till 3 o'clock in the morning, right? So yeah, man, that's why matinees are so much cheaper, is because people are doing stuff during the day. Monday through Friday, people doing stuff during the day. I mean, and even on Saturday, Sunday, like that's when the sun is out, you don't want to go into a dark theater. That's most people. But I enjoy, what I like doing? I like going into the movies whenever it's light and then coming out to the dark. That just makes me feel so cool.
That one feels me feel weird. I don't know. I like it. I don't care. But
I like it during the summer even more. Whenever
dude.
It's warm.
I used to love watching movies in the summer, man, at night, like right at 8 o'clock. My cousin Richard and I, we found out, I think all the new movies came out like on one summer. I think it was 2006. Whenever White Chicks came out, that movie, man, we cracked up. I've never, like, that movie, we laughed the whole time. I remember we walked, we're just like, they're ridiculous, dude. But I remember watching that movie, but we'd watch them every like Wednesday. They come out, and he was a lifeguarding, and I was working at the bank, I think. Or I don't know. No, it was 2006. I was doing freelance. So I was like, I remember just going like, hey, let's go watch a movie, and we just go watch the movies, and just like literally just go in at night, come out at night, and then go party, I guess. But it was. I mean, I love going to the movies like on the weekends. It was fun, and all the Sunday nights. Going in when it's day and coming out when it's day is one thing, and you're right. Going in when it's day and coming out when it's dark. Going in at 4 o'clock and coming out at 6 o'clock when the sun's coming down is kind of weird because you still have the rest of the night.
I like it, dude. Like, it almost was like, all right, cool. I have a full night ahead of me. That's kind of how I felt about it sometimes. Dude, going to college, I was in a really small town, so the movie theater, it wasn't expensive to go. Like, it was like $6 that's like for a regular time, and 3D, I think, bumped it up to like $9.
Yeah.
But I guess the seats sucked, but hell, if I'm paying $9 to see a 3D movie instead of paying, $20, I'm going to be happy.
Yeah.
But dude, I went and saw so many movies at that theater, dude. And then I got a crew of people at work that really enjoyed watching like Marvel movies and stuff like that. So we go and watch those together. And, went and saw Harold and Kumar, a very Harold and Kumar Christmas at that theater, Little Flask. And yeah, dude, I even went and saw Smokey and the Bandit, the 40th anniversary. It was a matinee, dude. It was like at 4 o'clock. No, probably like 3 o'clock in the afternoon on like a Tuesday. And I was expecting this place to be nothing, and it was full, dude. It was a packed theater. I had to sit in I didn't even get to pick my seat. There was not an option. Like, I had a seat over here in the back, and that was it. Either that or I was right up front, and I was like, nope. And yeah, dude, it was just a bunch of older people like that really love Burt Reynolds and Sally Field and Smokey and the Bandit.
That's awesome, man.
Damn, you son of a bitch.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I gotta, like, there's a lot of times where the Animal Draft House was playing older movies. I was like, oh, it'd be so cool to watch it, but I was always working. I kind of didn't. I wish I would have got more to them. But now if they ever do them, or I'm gonna put some of our movies up there just to rent out the theater and just go, because it's something you can do. But college for me, I mean, I I was always at the community college for forever, and just to kind of take classes, you know, kind of made me well balanced, well rounded. But going to the university, man, it's no joke, man. Like,
Yeah.
you really gotta if you don't know what you're doing, you gotta learn fast. If you kind of, I went with the more of the gingerly, I want to take life as it comes at me. Kind of, you know, college is a business. But like I said before, it's a business that's there to make it's a business ready to make business for you. So it's there for you to expand, but it's going to cost you. I talked to my cousin yesterday. It's his birthday, and I called him to wish him happy birthday. We talked for about an hour, and it's my childhood cousin, so I really love him. So I have a conversation, and we talked about college and students. And I forgot what I said. I was like, why do we even listen to college kids? Like, we're dumbasses when we're in college. We're supposed to go and get educated, and even at that, you don't come out smart. You come out educated. It's up to you to use that knowledge to help you. You know. And then he said something. He's like, that I was like, damn, that's so cool that he shared this with me. He said one of his classes, his professor goes, all right, everybody sit down, shut up. I just gotta let you know real quick that first of all, y'all are all dumbasses because you're paying for school, because you're paying for this education. Like, insinuating that it's probably free. You could do this, you know. But he's like, but coming up being like that, like when you go in with like this vulnerable, like, you know, you're supposed to go to college to absorb, to learn, to grow things, and that's why that line is so freaking. Man, if I don't go to college, then I'm gonna still be working. I'm gonna work at the Red Lobster. Do you do work at the Red Lobster?
Yeah,
part-time, dick. You know, like that's a good point, man. You know, like, you know, like that's a funny. That's a good. That's a
Yeah,
part-time,
dude.
dick. Like, you know what I mean? It's showing us that there's a. You know, another movie, man. I'm sorry, I'm brain farting a little bit. You know what other movie I saw yesterday or 2 days ago? I saw The Perfect Score. Do you remember that one?
Wait, the one with Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah, Chris Evans.
Yeah.
It's with Captain America and Scarlet Witch go to the. Yeah, dude, I saw it the other day and hadn't seen it. The last time I saw it was in the theater, and I was like, dude, this is actually a pretty decent movie. Another thing about going to college, and it's like, you know, I'm starting to see now, are a lot of this stuff, like, are they producing a lot of movies because they seem cool and fun to make, or are they agenda based? Are these trying to get people to go to college? You know, are they trying to make you to take the SAT? Are they trying to make it seem like it's not that hard? Is old school, like, you know, is.
No, it definitely promotes that, like, all right, yeah, go. Whether it's intentional or not, well, okay, it is intentional because the studio's like, okay, this movie will sell. But people writing scripts about their college experience, I feel like, is a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I feel like college is an easy thing to not manipulate, but like you could just go a lot of different ways. Like, you don't have to have a coherent college story for it to be funny or for it to be, you know, this or that. Accepted, man, that was a really good movie about college.
That was
because it was like kind of facing the reality of like, oh, okay, I didn't get accepted anywhere, not even the community college, or, you know, not even the, you know, backup colleges, anything like that. And just like, that was an interesting thing, and it was a cool concept too. Like, I feel like, you know, like I said, what I was saying earlier with old school, and like, you get older and you want to relive those glory days. You know, even Beanie says like, oh, you don't want this, like, you know, you're free, man, you're free, and he's just like trying to really get him going. But, you know, old school is. It's in the name, dude. They're old.
Yeah.
You know, and they're just like trying to relive those good old days and the fun times they had in college, where they, you know, partied until, you know, the break of dawn. You know, one thing they didn't show is him actually hungover. Like, unless Mitch was just taking it easy every time.
No, dude, I was gonna bring that up. No,
because, dude, it just, there's no way that was sustainable, especially if they don't, like, Frank. Possibly, because it seems like, okay, he's having beer, like that's a constant in his life.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. I caught that on. That's one of my notes. I was gonna say that I actually caught on that if you look at Mitch right before what's his name, the boss's daughter, played by Eliza Kolberg. And by the way, I dated a girl that looked like her. Or a few girls that looked like her. I thought that girl was like pretty. That's a cute girl. Yeah. But I was also gonna say there's
I don't know how well. Hopefully she's aged well. I
bet she looks the same. She looks the same.
She does.
Darcy,
have you?
Yeah, I've seen her recently. Yeah, Darcy. I still follow her. She's cute. She's also in House of Wax. She plays Chad Michael Murray's twin sister in the movie. But oh damn, I totally went sidetracked with that because I wanted to talk about her real quick.
Sorry.
I wanted to talk about her real quick, and that's my fault. I was like, I didn't want to lose the subject, but no. Also, there's a girl I dated that her grandpa owned the movie theater, so we just go watch comedies for free. I thought that was pretty cool. Just kind of go up and just walk up in there, watch movies, and walk out without even having to like.
That's cool.
I thought
Did you ever
cool.
did you ever have a deal of popcorn just sitting in your lap?
Sure. Yeah. That was always the thing to do. I remember I didn't in high school I didn't have the best relationship, but outside of high school I had more fun with the popcorn.
Same, dude.
Yeah.
Same. If it was a snake, it would have bit me a couple times. Like looking back, I was like, man, you're stupid.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. It's just been like, wow, that was obviously an opportunity, my friend.
Oh, dude, so much. You blow them up so much when you're younger, and then whatever. But I was gonna say, Mitch, if you look at him, he's hung over in the meeting, and that when his I'm like, oh damn, I never noticed. And then you notice like when I said when Pritchard comes in to see Beanie's hungover, so they do look like it does show their age, but I didn't, you don't really pick up on it that they're older guys.
Yeah,
they are, but it just they play the part so well. I really give it to them. They sell it because there's a point there where Mitch is just kind of just goes with it, like this is the new Mitch he's gonna do, and they're just not gonna stop him now because he's just tired of it. It feels you don't have to see it, you just kind of you feel it as he's going, as his character development is arching it's gracefully arching where it's not like hard where you're seeing the decline of Frank. But then when he goes into Frank the Tank, he immediately goes back to himself because that's who he is. And that's a lot of things that they're trying to like.
See, this is why I think Beanie just knows everybody really well. All right, and he's guiding them to their path. All right, Vince Vaughn in the late '90s, early 2000s is essentially God. Okay, so I mean. What he's doing is guiding Frank into his. What was he doing before? Was he always working at the radio station?
Who?
Frank. Because that's what he's doing at the end of the movie.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think he probably had a job and he lost it.
Probably, right? So, but now he's doing what he loves. Like he obviously loves being around, the college kids. He fits in with them.
Yeah.
And he can boss them around. He can feel like a champ. But yeah, dude. I think Beanie, it may be his master plan, but it's his master plan to steer everybody in the right direction.
I'll give you that. Okay, yes, I'll give you that credit a bit. It's that credible where it's his plan, but it's to feed everybody. It's to take care of everybody, but I think it's him. It's for him number one, and then everybody else trickles. That's what I've seen. That's what I've seen.
We can meet in the middle there. But dude, like he's immediately just like, all right, Mitch, you gotta do this. Like he's pumping him up, dude. Like he's a genuine friend.
You gotta catch that he's already mid-play when he's telling Mitch. Like he doesn't like tell Mitch like, hey, here's the plan. We're gonna go step 1, step 2. He's already like on step 5, and he's like, oh, let me fill you in real quick.
Why is this kid always playing soccer, dude?
And the kid's name is Max.
Max.
Oh man, yeah, that's the thing.
Dude, he always has that. Yeah, he always has that jersey on.
You can
like
say shit, fuck, and then they cut balls. We get it. You can see, dude, this movie's quotable. Like it's the Todd Phillips cameo. I'm here for the gangbang.
Yeah.
So he plays just that weirdo looking dude in Road Trip. He licks Amy Smart's toes.
Yeah.
And the bus, but he actually has dialogue in that one longer than, I don't know. I can't really remember. He just said, I like him. I like toes. I think I think he has like 3 or 4 lines in that one. But and this other one he only has like, I'm here for the gangbang.
Yeah. Well, you know what else Todd Phillips is in, right?
What else?
The Hangover. We're going to let you not die real fast. I don't know if you can hear me. Not if you can hear me.
Yeah, it went down the. I don't know. I'm doing better. I'm doing better. Yeah. What do you call it? I'm fine.
Sorry, I might have let the air die a little bit there, just because I was just watching, just like making sure.
I muted it because I just don't want people hearing me cough, so I mute it, and then
listen. Coughing is private. Do not listen to people cough.
Yeah, The Hangover. So we think it's time for us to move on.
Yeah.
Because I did want to say that it did. What's up?
before we move on. So, not really conspiracy theory, anything like that.
Oh
But
yeah, go for it.
while I was watching this movie, um, it was whenever the Andy Dick part was on, right? So he mentioned like some kind of. He's like, "You're not sucking that right. What do you think this is? The wolf teat of like this Romulus or something like that
Yeah.
in Greek mythology." And then right after that, he's playing "Hungry Like a Wolf."
Yeah.
All right. And then you have cougars are the, um, oh gosh, what am I trying to think of? The mascot for the school that they're
Yeah.
at. And then throughout the film, Mitch is always telling Frank like, "Hey, big cat, what's going on, big cat?" You know,
Mhm.
stuff like that. Even when he's like they're chasing down Dean Pritchard, he's like, "Bird dog him, Frankie."
Yeah.
Like it's almost like Frank is that
The
you know,
animal.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
interesting.
And so and then I was thinking, I was like, wolves, like it just kind of for some reason it clicked right then. It was like hungry for the wolf, and he just mentioned wolves. Like that's interesting. I was like, what is there anything else in like a Todd Phillips movie that has wolves? I was like, oh, Wolfpack, Hangover,
Yeah.
like probably the most famous thing. You also have a tiger in that. It's a big cat, you know.
Well, he also says in Road Trip, would you kill a cheetah? It's like what?
Yeah,
So well, he
so
just says that, but
maybe he has like he likes big cats and dogs. I don't know. Like
hey, this maybe maybe he's into the cougars is funny because they're older, maybe that's what
yeah.
they're. But I saw a meme the other day that said Madonna is dating a 26-year-old and she's 62. She has now gone Super Saiyan and she's a saber tooth. Like she's like she's gone
Damn,
full
it's a
saber
long
tooth.
way. Yeah.
That's a big difference. I'll say this before move on because something I just popped in my head where
Oh, and at the end, his son's soccer team's name is the Woofers.
nah, oh like
Uh,
Wolfers like subwoofer.
yeah. Oh,
So
damn, you got me there. Yeah, I was just thinking like wolf.
no, I mean it's
Um,
spelled the same. I think it's spelled
yeah.
Wolfer. So, but I just wanted to say this because I want to throw this out there to you because it's just, um, I don't know. I didn't project anything. It was just pretty easy. Where there's a point where we're in our like audio video class, and everybody's thinking of topics, and a lot of people got their like acceptance letters to college, and I knew I wasn't gonna go, but they made us apply to colleges.
Mm,
So we got like the class before we got letters, and they're like, "Hey, open them up," and all mine were all like, "You got denied." I was like, I already know that. I'm not gonna like try that. And then one of the guys in there, he was he was coming up here to Austin, and he says he knew I wasn't going to wasn't going to college or something like that. So he was already trying to throw jabs at me.
mm.
And I remember him saying something like, people were like, "What topics should we do for class?" And he goes, "I got one. How about I applied to all these colleges and I didn't get into, so now I'm stuck here in my hometown." And then everybody went, "Oh," and I just looked at him and I go, "Well, how about we do yours? How about we do? I'm gonna go leave, come back, and work for my dad, work in my dad's company." And it's like that really happened. Like I was just joking, like I wasn't like trying to say that he was gonna.
You got him good.
I didn't be. I was like, I guess, dude, it looks kind of obvious that your dad has his company. I think you're gonna come back and work for him. And it was like, but it was like I wasn't like I was just kind of like what I'm trying to say was it wasn't like a hard thing to go because college is what you make of it. You find yourself in college.
Oh yeah. Also, I did have a fan theory that maybe Frank died in the pool um, at the birthday party because Sean William Scott's character like comes in and saves him and gives him mouth to mouth, and he starts Frenching him, and then he kicks him back into the pool.
Wait, does
That
he? He
was,
says gay, right, or something like that? Doesn't he
yeah,
say, yeah, because also in I noticed about since we're moving over to Hangover,
yeah.
like the word because he goes they use the word faggot twice in that movie. Translate because it says it real hard where he says my seatbelt is what do you suppose I do? How about you not be and I was like
Oh
damn.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then
I
and
was,
then and
and
then
then you have it in the Hangover
you have it
too.
in the Hangover too, and then another thing he
The
says.
Hangover also, not the Hangover
Yeah, too.
too.
Yeah, also, yeah, and well, yeah, two TOO. But what do you call it? The thing with Jeffrey Tambell. He says herpes, that'll come back with you. And then freaking Andy Dick's character, and then you hook up with a sailor and he gives you herpes. They call you back and he gives you herpes.
And then I gave it to my dog.
I get to my dog. Yeah, I totally forgot about that line. I was like, oh, gross. So there's a little transitions here of the same kind of thing. I don't know if he does it because that's just the way he thinks or writes, or he's like, I'm gonna put that in there. But I've been view skewing it like crazy. And like I said, I saw Clerks 2 again today just because it just makes me kind of speaks to me right now. But when as soon as I saw The Hangover, God, I love this movie. This is in my top 10 for sure.
Oh, yes. Yeah, saw this one right, like, I think I graduated literally that night, went and saw The Hangover.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, and yeah, dude, it's a great opening because it's just like, okay, where's this? Like, it hooks you in right away. It's not like one of those normal like buddy comedies where it's just like trying to be goofy the whole time. Like, it's serious situations that they're just kind of like, oh, it's fine, just like roll with it. You know, you have Phil the entire time. Like, can't you find the fun in anything? Like, he's just rolling with the punches. Like, it's almost like a game to him. You know, like life is just a game. You know, no, we could talk our way out of getting arrested. You know, all this other stuff. Like, that's just not going to happen. I could be wrong, but
it is a little exaggerated, a little bit. But I will tell you this, and like we both said earlier before we started recording, we saw the extended version of this.
Yeah,
and that was completely. I have seen this movie a lot, and I will say that this movie by accident, and I think I didn't even realize it until you said it earlier that this movie was a dark horse. It's secretly, I saw this movie not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, not 5 times, but 6 times in the theater.
I thought you were gonna say like 10 times.
No, I saw it 6 times in the theater. I might have. I don't know. I know for sure. So I saw it right when it came out. I wanted to watch it. I went and saw it on Friday. I saw it.
Yep.
I saw it right at like the matinee. I went and saw it, and then I was like, "Oh my god, the movie's so funny! I love this movie. This is hilarious." And then I saw it that Sunday. The following Sunday, I went. I was like, "I gotta watch it again." So I went. I watched it again. I just laughed my ass off. I could not. And then a few people I was hanging around with were wanted to see it, but they hadn't seen it yet. And then I went to San Antonio, and I was hanging out with my brother I was up with my brother, but then hanging out with one of our childhood friends, Kathy. And Kathy I brought up that I saw The Hangover. She's like, "Oh man, I want to watch it. Let's go. And I go, "Well, I already saw it." And she goes, "Oh, well, never mind." I go, "No, I'll watch it again." And she's like, "Well, how many times did you see it?" I go, "Twice." And she goes, "What?" Oh yeah. So I went and watched it with her. And it was like a matinee thing too, because I remember when this is no joke. When I came back, I came back and my brother got off of work or something and showed up, and then he goes, "Where were y'all at?" We went to go watch The Hangover. He goes, "Oh, I wanted to go watch it." And I go, "You want? I'll watch it with you again." And like we didn't watch it with my brother.
So twice in the same day.
That's a day, dude. Like, remember, I think I might have. Did I tell you I watched The Longest Yard 3 times in one day? Like,
Jesus, that's a good movie though.
That was with friends. Like, we just kept repeating the same movie. That's a funny day too. But yeah, I saw this movie 6 times in the theater. It is hilarious, hands down, from the start to finish. And maybe just that time frame was more, everything was going more digital, so it was easier to get a repeat. But I remember with this, you had to go. I just remember watching it and laughing at every time. I picked up a lot of different things this time around. Watching the extended version, completely, it adds way more fill in it. You get that. You in the regular movie, and that's another thing I want to say. I've seen this movie so many times, but I've only seen the theatrical cut, the release. Yeah. Watching the extended director's cut one, it's like it's better. It's way better. It adds just a little. I had to like really be like, I don't remember that.
Same.
And I was like, okay, and then you start seeing Phil's character played by Bradley Cooper, and then you start, because in the theatrical version, you feel him being kind of in a rush or kind of like the asshole. It's him. But in the extended one, you get to see those little moments where he's just like, even when he says the speech he gives in the extended, and the extended is way better than the one he gives in the movie, because he's there, like he's pouring his heart out. He's like, I don't have anything.
I wanted to bring that up because he was real adamant. I felt even more so in this speech that, we are not going to talk about this night. This is a night we will never remember. And not even foreshadowing, but could he have been saying this like, well, it's at least a 3.5 hour drive to LA, right? Because they mentioned that. It's like, oh, 3.5 hours. Oh, we can make it.
Yeah.
So you got to think in that time that Phil is just like, he's pumping him up like, hey, this is going to be a great night. We're not going to remember it, So that's, oh, well, Alan was going to get him ecstasy instead of roofies.
Yeah.
Never mind.
No, that's it. It is foreshadowing. Like
it is because I was thinking like maybe Alan got the roofies so they wouldn't remember, but I forgot.
That was accident.
That's right.
It was Doug's fault. Doug the drug dealer's fault, and then Doug the wolf pack.
Black Doug shit.
Yeah, dude, I really like that. I got that. I was like, yeah, I like that in the movie that it's like he just says that much and that's all you need to say, like drug dealer Doug, and then but Mike Epps plays that role. He does it good because he didn't even when you still think it's like Day like messing up like a drug deal, and then he goes, oh man, I might have got you the wrong ones. That means someone's gonna be, or King's gonna be pissed off or something.
I think it's Marshall. He actually comes back around in the third one. I do remember that. That's John. That's John Goodman's character.
Oh, that's right. Oh, don't they? Spoiler. Don't they kill Mike Epps in the third one?
Yeah, I think so.
I can't remember. See, I've only seen it once. I watched it to fill it out, and it's just like every other prequel. The third one just lets you down.
Yeah, man. Well, and it almost got to the point. It was like, what are they gonna do? Go and do the same thing for a third time? Because that's what the big complaint with the second one was. It was like, oh, this is the same movie just in a different location.
But it was good, dude.
It was
so good. I mean, it's the same night in a different way, and that makes all the difference, dude. You're in another country. You have totally different rules too, and it's the monkey. It was fantastic. Licking his chicken the penis or what? Licking.
Yeah.
I like the second one a lot.
Why wasn't he marrying Heather Graham?
Yeah. Why? Because you first, you finish, and then I finish, and you. That part's like at the second one, where he's like, "What?" He's like, "Apparently, I like to have sex with men." It's like, I'm a raging crazy guy. No, the second one's also this one. I mean, God, I love Vegas. If anybody has caught on by now, I love Las Vegas. It's one of my favorite just places to go to. The old smell, like the old timiness, everything hangs around. I don't know what's going on after pandemic. I don't know when I'm going to go back. I do want to go. I plan on going at least. Maybe it'll be this year. I'm not for sure. Probably by next year. We'll see where the state we're at. But man, I want to go to Vegas so bad. And it's just like nowadays I really can enjoy it because every time I've gone to Vegas, I really don't go to drink. I don't go to like party like that. I like the food. I like to gamble. I like to watch sports. I like to eat. I like to watch the shows. So it's like
food twice.
Well, I do like to eat, but
Same.
But I think I like going to the Excalibur and watching the Knights of Columbus thing. I like going to Treasure Island and watching the Pirates of the Caribbean. I like doing all that stuff. I like walking off the strip. I mean, we walk to the dispensaries there. We just walk for like 3 miles, and it's just crazy walking 3 miles in Vegas. You feel like you're getting somewhere, and you're not. Like It's just like the sign's so massive. You think it's right there, and it's not. Man, that villa. I really want to do that. I want to stay in a villa. I don't want to trash it, but that's one thing I did like about the extended part. When the almonds, I didn't see that. I'd never seen that part before, where Phil gets the almonds with the water and switches it. Like that just shows you that that's like a little layer it's adding. I really like that it added that. It was a nice surprise for me, and that's why I'm bringing up Kirk's too again because. Like I feel like side by side we did that, and now it's like a time I really got to really focus on that movie, and now it's like our movie. Like I'm like, yeah, I did that with Ben. Like we did a side by side. We got to cherish it. Like this is one of those movies where I was like, oh, great, I'm happy we got here. I'm happy we got the Hangover because this is one of my top 10. This is probably number 6 on my list. This is one of my favorite movies by far, just by having the wolf pack, the camaraderie, having the characters, what they go through, and how they kind of just. It's kind of funny. They are rich kids. Like we're not rich, but seeing Alan, it makes me wonder if he's autistic, if that's a thing with him, or if he's like special needs, or if he's like not just. It makes me seem like he's something like that. Like or the family's like downplaying it. He's not just the way he acts, his mannerisms, because it's not that there's thought behind his actions. Zach Galifianakis is actually he's actually acting, but I'm like, I'm wondering like, what is he? Where does his mind? What is he doing? Because he's not really he's just slapstick character, but he's doing it in a way where it comes off as natural, but it's just funny what he's doing. Like the old guy, step away, like stepping up to him, or am I clear on the right? Yeah, he doesn't even look, like.
What about his dad? Oh, you have beautiful legs. Like
that's from the extended version, right?
Yeah,
because that's the first one that got me where I was like, I don't remember this part. And then so basically what I guess Todd, whoever edited, they took parts out and they didn't
in like with the Mercedes at the end too, like that wasn't in the original.
I don't remember that part.
No.
And he gave it to him, so that's why he laughs, because he's like, he got away with it. Like he's not gonna
like, okay, that's my car. It's not a big deal. I can fix it.
Like, so that's pretty cool too. Like the extended versions, the extended version is way better.
It wraps up a lot of stuff,
Dude, But I mean, being married to Heather Graham, that'd be kind of cool. Not play.
Yeah.
But that's like
and she just whipped it out, dude.
Oh yeah.
I was that in the theatrical version? I don't think it's
I gotta repeat offend that scene.
So we do have a repeat offender from The Hangover, and another movie that we did, The Slam and Salmon.
Who is up in there?
It was Phil's wife. She was the prostitute in The Slam and Salmon. You know that table?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Because Ed Helms.
Down.
That's right. Her and Ed Helms are from
probably Second City.
The Daily, or maybe they're also from the Daily Show, weren't they? They had like I think they were like correspondents on there.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Damn, what is her? Todd Phillips.
It is Jillian Vigman.
There she is. Stephanie. Dude, freaking Todd Phillips' character is named Mr. Creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, dude. Whenever they picked up Phil, and on the chalkboard I read this time, it said like, bring your stuff for the field trip, cash only. Like he wrote cash only.
That's right. And it's funny, he goes, give me the 20. But also how he goes, who would he say? Not now, but
the extended version too.
He goes, not now, Budnick. I'm off the clock. Like, call the guy Budnick.
I don't know you. You don't know me.
Not me. Like, he's just like, I mean, that's the thing. If you feel it with the pressure. No, I don't think that's not her, dude. That's not Jillian Vigman.
Yeah. No, I looked it up.
That's her from. She's the
escort in Slam and Salmon.
But she's not. She's not.
Phil's wife.
She's not Phil's wife.
Yeah.
No, dude. I gotta show you. Watch it. Now I gotta. My brain's kicking in real quick. That's not Phil's.
You're looking it up on IMDb?
Yeah, that's not Phil's wife or his girlfriend.
No, I could have swore I looked it up and I was right.
Dude, it's Melissa is the character's name. Rachel Harris.
No. Phil, the teacher.
Oh, I'm thinking Ed Helms' character. You're talking about Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, everybody. I'm the one that's wrong. Oh yeah, dude.
You did what I did earlier.
Yes. I gotta keep it even, brother, side by side. No, you're right. Oh yeah, it's because the son and yeah, dude. Yeah, she's a repeat offender. Look at that. They just pop in.
I'm telling you, dude. And that one was like a cameo, and this one obviously was because she was in it for the last little bit of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Phil is kind of like that Vince Vaughn character, you know. You kind of have that repeat character in there where he's like just kind of a dick, but just kind of pushing the story along. Frank is Alan and Stu put together. Doug is Mitch.
Yeah. Doug is left on top. Also having the Rob Riggle, which I like him in small doses. I don't like. He does come off annoying. To me, Rob Riggle. Sorry, man. A little too. Hey. Too much of that. I got too much for me. If he has like a cameo, because Will Ferrell, in Old School, dude, the more I see him Frank the Tank, the more I'm starting to see the way he built that character. It's funny. He does it well. He cracks me up as Frank the Tank. Rob Riggle as a cop guy, he does all right because he's a small dosage in that movie. Have you seen him in The Goods? That one's kind of
Yes.
that one's kind
where
of
he's like a man child.
yeah, he's like Jack. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
And then
The goods with Jeremy Piven. in that
oh
one.
yes,
Oh.
yes, like that. We'll
And
probably get to.
Catherine Hahn.
It's true. Oh, that's true. And then Brian Callen was in here. He plays Eddie. And hey man, you're this guy. Like he has a lot more dialogue in the extended version.
Yeah.
Brian Callen. He's
been on Joe Rogan too.
He's one of that's what I was gonna bring up. He's one of Joe Rogan's boys. But back when Joe Rogan was back in L.A., now when Jerry's here in Texas, I haven't seen because remember he got Me Too'd, and then Brian Callen got Me Too'd.
Oh, did he?
So did what's his name, Chris D'Elia. So they those guys got kind of Me Too'd, and while Jerry was coming over here. So now I don't hear anything from him. Brendan.
I could have swore he did a show just the other day.
Probably. I don't keep up with it, but I know I haven't seen anything really. Maybe he's been here. I don't know. But yeah, but he was always on the Joe Rogan. It was because he also had the Fighter and the Kid podcast, and that's him and Brandon Schwab. They're doing that. And then, but he's I think, but I want to say that I think Brian Callen comes out in which I loved him for Matt TV. He was funny on that. And then I've seen some of his stand up, but I want to say he does have a lot of credits, but I think he's also in that other movie. I've never seen this one, but I've always seen the cover. The 40-year-old virgin who knocked up Sarah Marshall and felt super bad about it.
I've never heard of that.
I've always seen the cover, but I've never seen it. So he's also in The Hangover 2 as Zamir, and then
I guess he's not in the third one.
Is he in the third one? No, I don't think so. But he's also in the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
He's also in Joker. So I wonder if he knows Todd Phillips or
I think he does.
His movie Walk of Shame. There's a part here where they're just doing a bunch of like raunchy movies. But let's see. I mean, for the actors that we have in the Hangover, there's not a whole lot, but the ones that they got are perfect. Paging doctor, he's like, see, that's what I'm saying. He uses it. So like he wrote those words. But that was funny. We have our Jeffrey Tambor from Spaceballs. He plays Sid.
Yeah.
He has more.
Wait,
about
was
that.
Jeffrey Tambor Spaceballs?
Yeah, he's a young version of him. Young.
No, was he for real?
Yeah. He's the
right,
guy.
I gotta check this out now.
He's the guy. He's one of the the head storm. Well, not the stormtroopers, but one of the head rebellion guys. He plays he wears that. I don't know what is. Let me see what his name is. Let's see. We just did the other day. Where you at? Oh, I forgot he's in Mr. Mo. Thought he was in Spaceballs. No, he's not in Spaceballs. It's the other guy. Never mind. I'm sorry. I'm getting confused with. He's in Mel Brooks's Life Stinks.
Ah, gotcha.
I'm getting confused with Spaceballs. I think he's in Life Stinks because the other guy is another. He's another actor.
Yeah, no, he was in Groundhog Day. That's the guy you're talking about, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the guy I'm thinking of.
He's the one selling insurance. Yeah, I think that's
no, that's not him. That's someone else. No, he's another guy. No, I know what you're talking about. But no, I'm getting him confused with the other one. Anyways, Life Stinks.
Anyway,
that's a good one. Mel Brooks, you've seen that one, right?
No, I think you told me to watch it, but I still haven't seen it.
Oh, when you get a chance, whenever you can, watch Life Stinks. It's freaking hilarious. Mel Brooks plays a billionaire guy that has
it's like Trading Places, right?
Yeah, dude. Kinda. It's exactly like Trading Places. Let's see. All right. Well, I mean, other than the Hangover actually just being like a mystery, or what is it, like a little
whodunit
kind of thing. Other than that, the jokes are funny. The shit they put themselves is funny. It is a very the way it's weaving the story is really.
It keeps you hooked. It explains. It takes a while to get you to the end, but it's like taking care of each little part. All right, we found a baby. All right, cool.
Carlos.
So not at the table, Carlos. And in The Hangover 3, that baby is a child, and he's in The Hangover 3. But yeah, dude, it's it just, like you said, it just weaves in and out very well. Then they come home, they have to take care of the tiger because Mike Tyson's telling them, hey, you got to take care of the tiger. And go, oh, okay, we got to get Doug. You know, they're slowly figuring out what happened to him. You're going on this journey. You know at one point, like we're not going to make it. You know, that's what you're coming into. That's where like, okay. And yep, and then you're just taking this journey with him. And I think that's a really fun thing about this movie is like you don't expect that kind of beginning of a comedy, or if you do have that, it tends not to be a story. You know, it's like, all right, we're going to show you this part and then we're going to get there. Like you see that in a lot of action movies. Like, all right, this is where the badass part starts and now we got to go and tell you the story, you know? Or
just they just throw in a scene like, you're my brother. What? You know?
Yeah.
So there's a twist.
Yeah. But you have a couple twists in The Hangover. Like, okay, you know, Doug's in the trunk. Oh, he's in the trunk, you know, and then it's not. Oh, we're adding another layer to it, you know, another way to weave back in. You know, oh, you know, this guy has Doug. Nope, that's not the right Doug. This is Doug, but that's not the Doug we need, you know, like, and yeah, man, it's an instant classic. You know, from the time you see it, like, you know, this movie is going to be a movie that you're going to watch over and over again, that you know you're going to quote, you know, like, and you know, did Caesar live here? Is this, like, I honestly, you know, me and Alan have a pretty solid relationship because I have a pretty nice beard going on, but I used to be a little bit more trimmed, right? And so whenever I first did get to college, for that first Halloween, I was Alan off The Hangover. And then, you know, that next year, The Hangover 2 came out, so I was Alan off The Hangover Part 2, and I had the shirt with the dog on it. I shaved my head. You know, I did it all, and I got pictures. I'll send them to you. But yeah, man, I bought like a little fake baby from Walmart and a strap, and it was like $50, and I got 5 years out of it. So
that's not bad.
No, not terrible at all. And
so $10 a year?
No, not at all. So also whenever I was an orientation leader at college too, and that's how, like I said, everybody knew me as Alan. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I even got up and said the little speech from the first one. Is like, we're finding like, I literally, that was the last bit I yelled. I was like, looking for strippers and cocaine. And then the dean was in the back, and I was like, oh, and I got down real quick because I was like standing on a chair. But yeah, man, it was good times, good times. But yeah, dude, it's yeah, I saw this right after I was graduating, and I can't, like, this was like the perfect movie to see. Like, it was because you're right at that age where you can do a few things, but you can't go to Vegas and do stuff like this. Like, this is still kind of unattainable. So watching that is like, oh, all right, cool. And then I know for my 21st birthday, I was lucky enough, my my sister and my mom and my brother-in-law took me to Vegas, and I, you know, got the treatment out there, gambled a little bit. There was the last morning or last night I was there, I was just drinking vodka and Red Bull, and you know, my mom gave me like $400 to gamble with, and I blew through that in like 2 hours. And but I had like 6 vodka Red Bulls in that time, and so we're leaving out the next day, and I wake up in my room and I look down at my arm and there's like a little brown spot. I'm like, oh, what's going on here? And I get up a little bit more. I look down at the bed and it's just covered in blood. And I'm like, what the hell happened, dude? And I get up and I go to the bathroom, and like I just had a massive nosebleed while I was sleeping. My best guess is vodka Red Bulls. It's like pumping me up, thinning my blood out.
Thinning out, yeah.
So that's my best guess for that. But I get in the bathroom and, you know, not feeling too great after 3 hours of sleep off of drinking, you know, like I said, 6 vodka Red Bulls. And I just start coughing, dude. Like I feel like I'm dry heaving all this other stuff. My nose starts to bleed again in the bathroom. So it's just like, just getting blood everywhere at this point. And, you know, I didn't even know how to comprehend the situation. So I just packed everything up and left. Like, no, I didn't tell anybody about it. I didn't say anything. I just cleaned up my nose and got out of there. But, yeah, dude, we had a lot of fun on that trip. That was the most memorable part for sure.
There's a reason why they got what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah.
It's
like honestly, the person who came to clean that room was probably like, "Oh my god, did somebody die here?"
Dude, I once when we went with some friends, I was already packed, ready to go, and everybody's taking their time, and I got tired. My friend jumped in the shower, and he was like, I was like, "Oh, I'm still waiting," and there's $50, two $25 chips just sitting on the counter, and I knew they were his, and I was like, you know what? I already cashed out. Let me just take those, and I'll be back. I went downstairs, and then I started playing. I just kept an eye on those 50, those two 225s. So I was like, all I gotta do is return those two. Whatever I make, I'm gonna make. So I started playing blackjack, and before I knew it, I was like, I'll just play a couple hands. I'm just gonna just play a few. And then I started winning. And then started winning, and then I was playing $75 a hand, and I started winning, and then I went back. I cashed my chips, and I got those to his two, and I put them in my right pocket, and I went upstairs. And I completely forgot to hand them to him, and then he's like, "Hey, so did you take my money?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, here I did. Sorry, here, man, it's right here." I handed it to him. He goes, "Oh man, well, you were gonna what you do? Did you go gamble with it?" I go, "Yeah," and he goes, "Well, how much did you win?" I go, $300. He was like, good for you. He didn't ask me for any money. I was like, so I went like, yeah, because I gave him back his $50 and it was 350. Yeah, I went $300. I was like, yeah, but it was like, dude, in like 20 minutes because I was just playing. But I remember my friend was like, yeah, you won money off my money. I was like, it was just there. I should have just took his money, but I was like, I got $50. I'll give it to him. But hey, whatever, you know.
Yeah, right.
I paid for the room, so I was like, that was my whole thing. Like, if he ever comes back, like, one, I got $50 in my pocket, but two, I paid for all this. I don't know. I think with the Hangover, what it just what it is another form of escape, like old school.
Yeah.
And you know, even when he says some guys can't do Vegas,
Yeah.
like, you know, it's painted as something. It's painted as something for us to like really go and have a good time, and it's supposed to be extraordinary, and there's supposed to be women and men and both attractive, and all. It's what you make of it. I like the fact that you kind of, when you go to Paris, it looks like a little ass Paris.
Yeah.
You know, I like that. I like that I'm in there, and it feels like I'm somewhere else. I'm teleported into another part of the country or something. You know, it feels cool. I like seeing the diversity. I like seeing all the people walking around, all tourists. Man, I don't know. I love Vegas. You know, outside of the gambling, the shows, and the food, like that's all I need, really. You know, if I can do a convention in Vegas, that'd be cool. I went to a basketball tournament in Las Vegas, and that was fun. We did that like 4 years ago. Went to the Vegas tournament for the NGBL or NGBA, National Gay Basketball Association, yeah, something like that. Those guys, they have a team, so they go, "You want to play?" I was like, "Hell yeah!" So I went to go ball over there, but man, it was a lot harder than I thought. It was like 70 teams, and I was like, "Oh man, this is kind of hard." I'm in Vegas. I just want to go gamble and drink fun and have fun, and then we're playing games. And then the dispensaries were open, so I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna stop here before a game, slow myself down." But it was fun. I love Vegas, man. A lot of the things that just the desert part of it. You're in the freaking desert.
Yeah.
Like, that's amazing. You're in the desert, and there's always a few jokes of like, if you ever drive to Vegas and from LA, you'll see that there's a little casino before you get to Vegas, and it's like, man, you could lose your ass there before you don't even get to Vegas. Like,
Yeah.
you know, my mom and my stepdad, they love going to Oklahoma, and they love going to Vegas. They love going gambling, the WinStar and all that. But they told one of their friends, like, hey, whenever you go to Dallas, you can just go to Oklahoma and pop over, and there's casinos over there. and you can go and you can gamble and have steak or whatever. They got different stuff, but go check it out. So this guy's from my hometown. He's in a small town. So he's like, oh, okay, I'll see where I'm at. Let's see what happens if I go. One day he went somewhere up there, like where he was so close to the Oklahoma state line. Like it was like a 20-minute drive or something, like for him to get to the casinos.
Yeah.
My stepdad was telling me the story that the guy drove and he called my stepdad. Was like, yeah, I'm about to get to Vegas or to Oklahoma to get the casinos. So thanks for whatever. I'll call you later. And then the guy, my stepdad didn't hear from the guy, and then the guy called my stepdad like 9 hours later, and he goes, oh man, that was a fun experience, but I didn't like that I lost all my money. And he goes, oh, where'd you lose it at? Did you lose it at the Blacks tables? Did you lose it at the Crabs? Where'd you play? Where'd you go eat? And he goes, well, no, man, I pumped gas at that gas station and they had the game, so I stayed there. He was there for 9 hours at a gas station, played the machine, thinking that was the Oklahoma like casino.
She did not, dude.
He was there for 9 hours, played it. But apparently he only lost like $250 or something. But that he was there, like he was like, oh, I had a good time. And so my stepdad was like, where were you at? He goes, yeah, right there. He goes, so my stepdad goes, once you pass that convenience store, where did you go? Did you go over the hill and down? He goes, no, I didn't get past the convenience store. The convenience store was where I was at the whole time.
Damn.
That's the story. I love that story, and I love the story of the guy goes. When I was a kid, I heard this story, and as a joke, and it cracked me up. A guy goes to the doctor. The guy wasn't feeling well. Went to the doctor. A couple of days later, the doctor calls him back and says, "I got some good news. I got some bad news. All right, give me the good news. You have 2 days to live. What's the bad news? I was supposed to call you yesterday." That's like one of the first jokes I remember as a kid, and it's just so funny to me.
That's a good one. I like that a lot.
One of my jokes.
Man, keep them coming. Sorry, that sounded really sarcastic. I genuinely did like that joke.
Well, no, I like to keep them coming, but until you said it sounded sarcastic, I didn't know. Now I think it sounded sarcastic. Now the face. Sorry. Hey, so what's the timer at? I don't even know. I forgot to turn my timer on. Where are we at? Because I can still keep talking about. I mean, I've
been playing a side by side. I've been playing Super Troopers this whole time.
Yes, another view.
So maybe, right? Maybe.
Maybe remember everybody. Audio. If you're starting off with this one, remember there's also season 1 of side by side. So give it a shot. I'm doing marketing. I'm doing plug within our own show.
We got about 15 more minutes.
15 more minutes.
Yeah.
All right. So we're about that time where we got to do our rating and scoring and moving on. But let's just. I mean, I think I just love the way The Hangover was made. It also reminds me of that movie Joe Bit Taylor and like what's the other one with Superbad, like all these movies that were coming out that were kind of like this, that were kind of like wholesome movies, but with like a raunchiness to them. Like there was at that time, and I really did like a lot of these movies. But I don't know. I gotta say, with the Hangover trilogy, I like them all. I don't mind the third one. I don't remember it that much, but I didn't mind it.
It's the same.
Yeah.
Same. I don't necessarily remember it, but I do remember like a vague outline. So on our Rotten Tomatoes today, we have Old School.
We're gonna do scoring. You want to? Oh yeah.
What do you think?
Let's talk about real quick. Let's do before we forget. Let's talk about the gross. Let's talk about the money.
Oh yeah,
because
also, you know what? I'll have you look that up, and I have a few notes right here. Whenever Alan was talking about 3 Men and a Baby, it's like, it's Ted Danson and Magnum PI and that one Jewish actor.
Gutenberg.
Yeah.
Aren't they like that? Or...
Yeah, no, that's exactly what he's like. That movie? Because he was trying to think of like the name of that movie, and it's 3 Men and a Baby, and that's what they are.
Yeah.
So you have some frontal nudity in this. I knew you'd enjoy that.
Oh, barely though. I mean, right? Like I'm all size queen. Sorry, Ken John.
Dude, what is this? A snake skin?
Oh yeah, the frontal nudity. They do also have the Alan in the elevator.
Yep. And then you have the old man ass. I figured you would enjoy that whenever they're at the hospital.
Yeah, I thought extended version was going to have an extended part of that, and they didn't. So I was happy about that.
I always thought it was funny whenever the doctor's like, "We'll see you after the weekend." And he's like,
Yeah,
It's just like
he's not gonna make it. Dude, no, but I mean, he does. Matt Wallace does a good. It's like I don't want to be sanitized. Put it in my pocket. Like he's like a kind of. He could play like that forward kind of asshole character.
yeah,
Actor.
he can really go either way. Like oh, so one other connection to the Wolves is the song "The Joker and the Thief" is sung by Wolfmother. So you know, take it what you will. That one's a stretch. Not
No,
gonna lie. That one's
I like that one. I like that. That makes sense. I'll
that's a
count it.
stretch to get it in there. But
I'll count it. I'll allow it.
when's the next Haley's Comet gonna be?
I don't know, like 60 years. It's like not tonight though, huh?
I don't want to miss it.
So this one had old school had a $24 million budget.
Yeah,
and it brought in 87 million. So that's a high five all around. That's a home run.
How we do with The Hangover?
Hangover.
That one, I bet you that one's gonna be gangbusters, dude.
All right, so I haven't moved yet. So what are you thinking? How much do you think it's gonna gross in? Like
I'm gonna say it was. How much was the old school? 20
87, and it was 24.
No. How much was it to make?
It was 24.
I'm gonna say it's 35 to make The Hangover, and it's gonna gross at least 200 million.
Damn. Okay, that's a good. All right, so if I was I would guess, I would think around that 35, 40. I'll go 40 with this with the budget. I might even maybe 20. I don't know. I'll go 40.
I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, I'm gonna go 40, but then I'm gonna say I was thinking 300, but let's see what you say.
All right, so I was close on the budget, and you got the gross.
Holy
Cumulative worldwide is almost $500 million, dude.
469 million. Damn, dude. They have to renegotiate for sure for part 2, man. See, that's the thing. Is part 2 is they're renegotiating, and they're gonna have to pay their actors more, and they got to do the budget more. Does it hurt the quality of the movie? Does it?
So let's see.
Oh my god, dude!
Hangover, are you looking up the whole trilogy?
Part 2 was 80 million to make, and it rang in 586 million.
Jesus, dude! But the third one could not have done that well.
Let's see. Let's take a guess.
Okay, so how much was Hangover Part 2?
80 million, and it brought in 500.
It's going to be 100 million to make, and it's only going to bring in it'll bring in 500 million.
I think it's going to be around that 300,000, but I think it's going to cost not that much. I think it's going to be around
I think 80, it's 100 million.
80 million. Let's see.
Because John Goodman.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it was 103 million. You're right, and I got the 300. 362. So you're good on budget, and I'm good on box for some odd reason. But yeah, dude, Hangover 3, and then even the trailer already looks kind of like these guys they're ready for it.
Well, dude, everybody was pissed because the second one was just like I said. I mean, that was the biggest complaint you heard from the Hangover Part 2 is that this is just the same thing done over again, So they were probably like, I'm not going to go see that movie a third time.
Do you think that? But that's a recipe. That's a formula.
Yeah.
Do you think? Does that bother you?
That's the story, dude. That's what gets it is like, oh, we lost somebody again. It's almost like, with Tropic Thunder at the very beginning, like the Scorcher films, like we're gonna do it again, like that's you know what I'm getting at. Like I totally I enjoy the movies and they're fun, but that's what gets me, dude. Like I can watch The Hangover, and I can tell you probably what's going to happen in The Hangover Part 2. The third one, I didn't know what was going on. But after a while, like once you're like halfway through A Hangover Part 2 and you're just like, oh, this is the same. This is the same, but different.
I'll tell you what, I maybe I fall under a certain branch, but I've watched all the Friday the 13th movies. If they made one right now, if somebody made a YouTube fan video right now and I had to pay to watch it, I'm probably pay to watch, depending, Yeah. But like if they made another Friday the 13th, right now would be on would be the 13th one, I'd watch it just because I'm already hooked that long. If the Hangover made Hangover 4, 5, 6, I would still. But if it had the same formula, You're giving me Bradley Cooper, you're giving me Zach Galifianakis, you're giving me Ed Helms, and you're giving me the Ken Jeong. If you're giving me the same ones for 5, 6, I'll watch it. But like that American Bandcamp BS, like that's hard to go. Like because you're gonna have to fall in love with a whole new set of characters. You got to go in the story. You got to kind of it's a different kind of that gets tiring. That American Pie, like because that's high school. This is you can put these cats anywhere.
Yeah,
and they're gonna they're gonna get stupid. Something's gonna happen with Alan, or maybe it'd be funny if one of them did it. Like what if accidentally Doug? You have an episode, a more movie based on Doug, or something like that, or he ends up drugging them or something like by accident, like because
Doug is out of the equation at this point.
He doesn't even come out in the second one at all, right? It's just the voice.
No, he's in the second one. I don't think he's all that much in the third one.
I think he has more of a part in the third. See, I can't remember. We got to watch it again.
Yeah,
I think he's only the phone call in the second one, but I think he comes out in the third one. Well, no, which is the one where they get drugged on the beach? It's the second one.
The second one, yeah.
So then he's in the second one, but he's not in the third one. I know there's one where he's just on the phone call. So it might be the third one. Might be the third one, yeah. I think you're right.
He was too busy doing National Treasure 5.
Dude, and he comes out in the what's his name? Jonathan. What's I forget. Oh, Justin Bartha. He's also in like he's a dad in the the Buick commercials or whatever the Mercury. Yeah, he's like the Mercury commercial guy. So he's been like 6 or 7 of those commercials. So all right, let's get to rating session now because
yeah, man, old school.
I do the IMDb. We got old school here. It's got a 7.1 out of 10 out of 216,023 votes. 7.1
out of 2,000. That's not bad.
200,000.
Solid.
200,016.
Okay.
And then let's see
here. Old school for Rotten Tomatoes is going to be 60% on the tomato meter. Critics' conscience is going to be, while not consistently funny, the movie does have its moments. That is the worst fucking review I've ever heard.
God, you're so right. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
And then our audience score for old school is going to be 86%. That's going to be based off of 250,000 plus ratings. The tomato meter for the critics review was 168 reviews. So that's not too bad to have, 60% of people say this is a decent movie.
I gotta say that the 86, I'm amazed it's not a 96 or like closer to 90 because this hits all. And this is also a deep movie. Like I'm watching it again now, and I'm like, damn, I even relate to it more. I'll say that this movie was probably I'm amazed it's not a 90, but for 60 on a tomato meter, that's pretty low. But then again, tomato meter can, but whatever. I'm trying to cut back on the cussing.
Yeah,
I'm learning. I got the, and I'm not trying to make fun of anybody, but I got my mute whenever I have to say a cuss word. I call mute it. I just mute the word. So I'll say like, what, or you? It's like I'm getting better at it. So my son's like, what's wrong with my dad? He's like pauses himself. No, I'm not cussing. So yeah, hey,
there you go.
There you go. What do you call it? But I'll say that with this tomato meter 60, what's whatever at this point. I don't even.
That's honestly good for a comedy about college. Let's be real. I mean, they probably gave Animal House probably around that. So, I mean,
dude, I would like to see what they gave Animal House real quick. Let's hold that one thought right there. Hold those touchdown phones.
And I bet you it's changed as the time has gone,
dude.
What?
Dude,
what do they got?
Dude, take a guess. Guess for the tomato meter. Guess for the audience score.
Tomato meter. If you're saying that, I'm gonna say a 48.
Okay, locked in. And then what's about the audience score?
Audience score is gonna be at 94.
Okay, locked in. Okay, well the audience score was an 89, so you're not too far. But the tomato meter is a 90. So we got a lot of boomers loving this movie there that are talking about it.
Yeah.
The 90, I mean, National Anthem, I mean, it's Animal House is great, but I would pick old school over, but also because of my generation.
Exactly. I think it's just like.
So is this like a modern day Animal House?
Essentially, yeah.
All right. So The Hangover, something new. IMDb gave it a 7.7 out of 10 stars, but it only had a 719 and 359 reviews. So that's a lot.
A lot.
A lot.
So for The Hangover, all right, we have the critic's conscience over here. With a clever script and hilarious interplay among the cast, The Hangover nails just the right tone of raunchy humor and nonstop laughs overshadow any flaw. That's a really good review. I like it. It's quick, concise, to the point, gets the point across. And did I say what the score was?
No.
For the critics, it's a 78% on the tomato meter out of 240 reviews. Our audience score is going to be 84% off of 250 plus ratings.
So you have more people into the audience into Old School than Hangover by 2%. But as you were saying, raunchy, I would say it's not a raunchy movie, but it has enough raunchiness to be considered a raunchy movie.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think Hangover very, very skims it. I don't know. There's just so much about this movie that I love. I mean, I also love Chevy Chase in National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation. So you know what I mean? I love Vegas movies. But I think this is a great movie. For us to rate, to score, are you ready to do that?
Let's do it.
All right. So
let's do Old School first.
Old School for me. I when it came out, saw it and everything, the way it treated me, the way it's aged with me, this is definitely a 12. I got a 12 on Old School, man. A hard 12, maybe 13, but definitely a 12.
I am this is going to be a hard 12 for me as well. It's a solid movie. It is a coming of middle age movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. I would highly recommend this to anybody who, and you get Will Ferrell and Vince Vaughn together. You know, like it's a comedy duo right there. That really, they don't mesh well together without another person around. I feel like if you just had those two,
that'd be a hard one.
So you get that, and that's why in Wedding Crashers he's only a cameo, man. Like if Owen Wilson was
the opposite, they switched out. Yeah,
it wouldn't have the same kind of feel. But yeah, dude, it's a fun movie. It's a quotable movie. You're my boy, Blue.
Yeah. Wait, did you just prove something real quick that Vince Vaughn works with Luke Wilson but Luke Wilson and Vince Vaughn are best friends, but Owen Wilson and Luke Wilson are brothers, but Vince Vaughn works with Owen Wilson? Is that the connection? I wouldn't say the characters' names, but they're all different characters. But there's the little connection.
And Bradley Cooper's in that movie too.
Oh, that's true. God, look at that's a bunch of offenders right there. Yeah. Blood brother offending. But this is a 12. I like that Mitchapalooza freaking picture of Luke Wilson right there. It's freaking hilarious. But Luke Wilson's also in Idiocracy, so we'll see if that comes up next.
We could bring that around to Mike Judge.
So we got the Mike Judge coming up.
Hard 12s for Old School. What do you got for The Hangover?
Dude, this is in my top 10. This is a 15. This is like a 16.
Yep.
I love this movie.
I'm right there with you. I would say probably about a 15. I wrote down 13 just to cover the base.
Yeah.
But dude, this is, like I said, it's an instant classic. Like this movie, and you can, thanks a lot, Bin Laden. I don't even remember hearing that. I don't even remember hearing that this time, but I know that is part of this movie, and I love it. I love every bit of it. It makes me laugh. It still gets me. That Tiger song. What do tigers dream of? You get that song stuck in your head.
Ed Helms is talented, man. He plays the piano.
He was on The Office before here, just a little bit, but he was.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he made a name for himself, and he took what he got, and he was able to make it. He was in Tag. Did you see Tag? Dude, I love Tag. I've seen it like 4 times already. It's good. Yeah, it's on TNT. It's always on there, so I've watched like 4 times. Like it's a great movie, just in general, just friends. I like friendship movies. Been bringing up all these times. No, I like having the friendship movies. They're good. But I would totally give The Hangover. Like it's a 13 for me. It's all 13. Yeah. One of my favorite movies.
I own 2 copies of it. I have the Hangover Blu-ray, and then I bought the trilogy because I wanted to have them all together.
Yeah, I want to do that. I went when I went to the half price books to get them this past time. They only had the Hangover 2. They had like 3 copies on Blu-ray, and then on the other ones they had like 3 copies of Hangover, but that's all they had. They didn't have two, or no, they did have 2 and 3, but um, what do you call it? I opened up the boxes and the extended version, there was always like one missing in the other one. So I had to get the one that just had, I had to go to the very back and get the one that was like are people just coming here and taking like one disc and there's like 3 of them missing. I was like, damn, old school is that much of a movie, but I own it now. And I actually, because of the snow apocalypse that we had, it messed up one of my Amazon orders. So I'm either going to get another, I went and bought this movie. I've never seen it. Remember, I think we talked about last time, Moon.
You're going to watch that?
Yeah, I've never seen it. I bought like it's still in the packaging.
It's good.
Yeah, I've seen. I think I know a little. I tried. This is one of those movies that I don't only know a little bit about, and I saw a little bit of a trailer that kind of might ruin a little bit of it for me. But I want to watch it because I want to see more or less of what this is about. But because of the snow, I think I got 2 copies of that movie coming, so I might just send you one because it said your package might not be delivered. We sent you another one, so I was like, okay. So now it says I got a notification today. It said your package will be here on Saturday. I was like, okay, like
Nice.
sure, too. That's fine. But I got that one, and then you know, as we finish up these movies, to me, like I said, I don't know a whole lot more about Todd Phillips, but I will say that like he does fall under for me like a kind of an independent filmmaker that's with the big studio. Kind of has he has like that. It's a studio movie, but it's got an independent vibe to it. Yep. Which I'd like to, we did talk about. I know you wanted to bring up Richard Linklater, and then there's Mike Judd. We still got a bunch of Texas boys. Since we did just kind of go through a Texas thing, let's talk about one of these guys. Where do you feel comfortable going, or what do you want to bring up, or who do you want to?
Well, I mean, dude, if we're gonna do Texas, we want to stick with directors. Richard Linklater is going to give us a better. I mean, don't get me wrong. We can do Idiocracy and Office Space with Mike Judge, excuse me. But I think Richard Linklater would be a better one to
so do. I just purchased Slackers. So I have that one.
There you go.
And it does call tides with a little bit of side by side because Clerks, inspired Clerks.
Wait, Slacker or Slackers?
I think it's Slackers. Or is it Slacker? No, I think it's Slacker.
Slacker.
It's Slacker. Sorry, Slackers. There's a movie called Slackers. It's got what's his name? Ruben from Road Trip, and
it's got Matthew Lillard, doesn't it?
Dana Sarvo. No, what's his name? Davin. Oh, I can't even say his name from Final Destination.
Devon's Sawa.
Yeah, Devon Sawa. He's in it.
Oh, okay, I'm thinking of a different thing. Oh, it has Jason Segel too.
Jason Segel.
All right, so is that? That's Dewey Nicks. Okay, Slacker. All right, so let's see here.
Yeah, 1990 Slacker. And I will bring some because he's an ACC Austin Community College alum, so I'd have to really. Let's see what he's got.
Dude, we could just do a softball and do Dazed and Confused.
You want to do Slacker and Dazed and Confused?
Well,
I own both those movies, so I can totally do those. And those are 2 Austin movies.
So there's one movie that's about about Texas State that he did recently that was the spiritual sequel to
Everybody gets some. I've never seen it.
Some.
I've never seen it.
It's really good. It has that same kind of Dazed and Confused feel. But let's see here. I'm trying to see.
I mean, I'm up for whatever you think. Because I'm
yeah, Dazed and Confused is on Prime right now, but what was it? Yeah, Everybody Wants Some is not available for streaming at this moment.
I will say
But
let's do Slacker for sure because that's the
Boyhood.
one.
Did you ever see that?
No, I haven't seen it. I heard it's long, but I mean we did Wyatt Earp, so I'm pretty sure I could do that, Ruzy. But what I'm gonna say is we should do Slacker for sure, because that's the one that made him. You there? Hello? Hello? Oh, we're probably gonna have to do a two-parter. I think he froze. Let's see if he comes back. I know I'm just here by myself now. All right, so I'm gonna have to. You know what? Let's do this. Let's end it. We're problem solving. Let's see if this works. If not, I'll just go and we'll just reshoot it. But let's see. Let's do something real quick. Sorry, everybody. Thank you for holding on.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, this is CJ with Side by Side. Trying to get a hold of Ben Garrett.
I don't know what happened. It just like cut out. I thought I was talking to you still, and then I stopped talking, and then you.
I still got the stream going or the recording, so I figured let's just finish it this way because here at Side by Side we problem solve. So
I'm the first caller in.
he's the first. Oh, actually, I'm the first. I called you the first caller in.
I'm the first caller out.
Caller, are you there, caller?
I am caller.
All right. So I was just saying we should do Slacker because that's the one that made him, the bread and butter. I love Dazed and Confused. I'm open to everybody gets some. I'm open to anything else you wanna kind of.
School of Rock, man. That's another great one.
Oh, I forgot about that. It's been a minute since I've seen that one.
What is it? The Scanner Darkly. Is another one.
Oh, dude.
I haven't seen that. I might have whenever I was younger, but I don't remember.
Hey, you up to you, brother. If you want to watch that one, I think I own that one. I don't care. Like
Okay. So we'll just do it this way. We'll say that your pick is Slacker, and then my pick will be Scanner Darkly.
All right.
Have you seen Slacker?
Slacker? Oh yeah, I have it.
Yeah, I do. I don't know if I've ever watched it.
Oh, dude,
These are both gonna be new.
This is really cool because this is same director, but kind of seeing his first movie Slacker is more like a day in the life, and Scanner Darkly is like a sci-fi. So it shows us like two different kind of realms of the, I guess, so to speak, with the director. But I guess let's finish it up. Today we did Todd Phillips, so we went over 2003 Old School, and then we went over 2009's The Hangover. So now we're moving on to Richard Linklater, and we're going to do his 1990 movie Slacker, and his 2006, I believe. Let's see, his 2000 and this is right, 2006, yes, so Scanner Darkly. So we'll get you guys for next episode. So thank you for hanging out with us.
Thank you.
I'm CJ Robles.
And I'm Ben Garrett. Y'all have a great evening.
All right, we'll see y'all later. Peace.